just staring blankly.
And with that, we are live.
Welcome back for another wonderfully cold opened session of Storm King's Thunder. We'll be a little later because people suck at life.
Well, because I
I
had to work, and I also
What
wanted
a-
to see the Packers play football, and I'm
Cares
glad I did
about
because
party people.
they succeeded at their football playing.
For somebody who has issues with eating too much cheese, it's weird that you're a fan
Well,
of
I
a cheese.
wasn't always this way.
Yes, you
like
were.
pre-19, dude, it was amazing.
Alright, well, continue their adventure southward towards what they were planning on of direction, apparently, but chartering a ship to Waterdeep. After continued travel southward, they came across two griffins and a young white dragon in the midst of a conflict. That got loud. And in the midst of this conflict, the party got wrangled in due to some indifference by some characters, a chucked griffin, and I'm hearing myself.
That was me on accident, sorry.
And so the party engaged in combat with the griffins and the young white dragon, only to find out that there was a humanoid in the mix, who the griffins were not attacking. In the process of the fight, both griffins and a humanoid and a white dragon met their demise. Upon further investigation, the party found a well-padded, well-warmed sack containing 3 of 4 intact griffin eggs, and a purchase order to an individual in Fireshear for the delivery of these griffin eggs. And it pointed the party as a possible route of travel. Jeez, there's yelling already. I leave the living room and yelling starts almost instantly. But they had a purchase order for 1 Deshara Kelbar from the Griffin Riders out of Waterdeep for a clutch of griffin eggs. After some interesting interactions within the town and the inn, dealing with a dwarven individual who was a little hostile, later to be found out that he was not the proprietor but the local asshole of the town, they learned that their intended quarry of Deshara lives on the north side of town. She is not as hostile towards visitors as initially thought, and so the following day, the party continued their quest to deliver their eggs. After some haggling and attempted theft of a purchase order that was signed, thus the removal of the eggs and some failed stealth rolls relative to the griffins, the party managed to wrangle a deal to be trained in the riding of griffins to truncate some of their travel south and eastward. After some interesting events when it came to the riding of griffins and payment of said debt for training, the party was just finishing their last day of training and getting their handle on their griffins before they continued on their adventures. So before that day ends, is there anything you all would like to do, or anything that you have thought of throughout the week that has been missed?
I don't think so.
Yeah, we don't have to act this scene out, but Ogilvy would have taken the remaining pounds of toys, trying to find like an orphanage or like a community center, and just without any sort of pomp and circumstance, just drop them off.
Okay. It's a little harder to do in a heavily bundled town, and when the majority of the population is dwarven individuals, because dwarven children look a lot like dwarven women, which look a lot like dwarven men, but eventually you find something that best you can figure is an orphanage or a community center or a local child care facility that you are able to drop your remaining pounds of toys off of, much to the delight of the individuals there.
Sweet deal. And then I run away before anyone notices I did a nice thing.
So, with that, your day of getting the shit kicked out of you by griffins has come to a conclusion. Danvers has performed his required duties for payment of his training, and much to one Deshara's enjoyment. So,
How's your OnlyFans pants going, Danvers?
Just getting it off the ground.
Kaz refused to follow through with that payment also. So he got
I paid-
upcharged.
He paid the gold price.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean I pay
So-
the iron price?
Well, I think it's more of the bronze price at this point. So, early the next morning, though, Danvers, you are woken up by Deshara, and she lets you know that breakfast is prepared, and that she is going to be dropping you off at your inn in the morning, so you can acquire your stuff. And once the rest of your party has gathered themselves in the morning, you all are more than welcome to bring yourselves outside of town to begin your venture with your griffins. So, you walk in the morning, Danvers, and you see that it is still rather sparse. None of your compatriots have shown up in the morning, and seeing Deshara drop you off, our Goliath individual who is tending the bar, known as Gameth, just gives you a wink and a nod and lets you settle in and brings you a nice hearty breakfast of various smoked and cooked meats and some eggs scrambled, fried of your choice, and some nice hearty rye bread. And the rest of you begin to make your way out of your various rooms for the morning, well packed, ready to go in your winter gear and awaiting breakfast. So if there's any conversation preferring to be had beforehand, you are more than welcome to let me know.
Did we decide yet where we're going?
That has not been decided yet.
Oh, right.
But as you know, Luskin is about a day and a half away, and Waterdeep and Everland are about the same distance away of about 8 days. 7.5, 8 days, respectively. And for those of you that need a reminder, Luskin, you were on your way there to see about possibly a ship, the Dancing Wave, that you were all interested in as a request from the speaker of Bryn Shander, looking for her aunt. You were pointed towards Waterdeep as a rich family that one Cyric Suzel pointed you towards that owes his father a debt, and may be able to either point you in the direction of giant information or give some directly. And one, I forget what his name, but the gnomish individual out of Hundlestone pointed you guys towards Everland, as there is a Harper agent wizard there who has made it his life's goal to research giants.
Does it make the most sense to just go to Everland, where that could potentially set us at least on a course to solving this giant thing?
And takes the most advantage of the means of transportation.
Right, yeah, I mean, Luskin, obviously we're right here, but it's a coastal city. We can get there any number of ways.
All this thinking makes my brain hurt. So is it more like we're flying these boys, but but we don't get to keep them. Because
Right.
that's how renting works.
Yeah.
Normally.
Well, what about abnormally?
You just pay the rental price and run away.
I don't know. What do you think, Bearfane?
Yeah, let's go to Everland, I guess.
I think that's about as close to a quorum as we're gonna get.
I'm sorry, Kaz made my brain hurt more. Yeah, I abstain.
Shit.
So, once you have all come to this conclusion, Danvers, you make your way to your room and come to the realization that none of your stuff is in that room anymore.
What do you mean?
The room has been cleared out, the bed has been made, no fire has been made in here, but it has been restocked from the initial day when you had deposited what remained of your traveling equipment before you had struck the deal with Deshara.
Oh no, if we're getting Groundhog Day'd.
All right. I go down to the back down to the bar and walk up to the. You said it was a half-orc bartender, right?
Nope, Goliath.
Goliath. That's right. Sorry. He was a tall guy. And I ask, what happened to my stuff?
He looks you over and goes, "Oh yeah, seeing as you were spending your time with Deshara, I figured you weren't going to be using the room since you didn't come back that night." And he pulls your pack and equipment out and hands it over, and then puts the 7 gold back in your hand that you had paid for the room, or however much it was. I don't remember.
You said 7. I'm putting 7 gold in my inventory.
That works for me.
I just I give him a nod. I say thanks, and I just pick up 6 of the gold and leave 1.
As you are going through the motions of returning to your room and trying to find your equipment, a heavy fog has been rolling in throughout the morning as the sun's been rising. It's greatly obscured the outside of the town, but it's a little cold, it's a little bitter. It does not make for a wonderful morning, but you guys are welcome to begin your trek back out to Deshar's training / roosting house for griffins. Gonna roll your portent, Kaz?
Yep, I just thought of that. Ooh. When I look up, I'm like, it's gonna be a good day.
I am also in the idea of learning magic. I'm just gonna learn by doing, and I'm gonna roll for portents as well. And oh my god, the numbers are invisible.
He's just looking at a rock.
I need to get better pebbles.
And to make it shiny, he just spits on it.
Yeah. And as Cass is doing that and looks really, really happy, what he sees, like, I look just as happy. He's right. Great day.
Well, yeah, it's a good thing that you say that it's going to be a good day. Usually fog isn't a good precursor to, I don't know, travel. I should say.
I should specify.
Oh, no.
It's going to be a good couple of moments because that's all I can really see.
First off, you have never followed a Dave Matthews concert, have you? There's fog everywhere. It makes you feel real good.
Don't understand any of those words.
Is that a bard?
Yeah.
Magic fog. What do you guys think? Do you, as we're walking there, just ask. So do you guys think that the fog is gonna affect flying at all?
Not if we can get up high enough.
Keep throwing something in front of you to make sure you don't hit the wall.
Stop asking questions. It was supposed to be a good day.
Out of curiosity, Scott, what is a good day for portent? Is like one really high and one really low?
Today it's an 18 and a 19.
Okay, so it's like two successes for you, kind of thing, or for somebody.
I mean, a good day could be any number of things. Like if I had a 1 and a 20, that's probably the best day. Because just the control. But
Yeah,
yeah, I was just saying, like, two things are going to go well.
sure. Okay. Just curious.
Yeah.
What do you guys, as players, remember about the description of Fire Shear?
It does not have burning shrubbery. We learned this before the episode started.
I remember that the houses were set low, like they were in Hundlestone.
Okay.
I remember something about a cliff, maybe. Like this isn't a port town, but a cliff town.
I think that's the sheer. Because
Maybe.
they cut it out of the whatever to mine things.
All right, Kaz, I will give you the history reminder here because you are the one who actually learned all of this from your readings. So, long ago, a meteor strike blasted a crater in the frozen tundra near the coast of the trackless sea, shearing away tons of rock and exposing rich veins of copper and silver ore. In the years that followed, miners settled nearby, giving rise to the town of Fireshear. And here the miners worked for a consortium of 3 allied merchant companies: the Hamavar House, based out of Mirabar, the Silver Triangle, based in Neverwinter, and the Delvers of Brokenstone, based in Waterdeep. The settlement is made up of squat stone structures that resemble igloos, their domes good at supporting the weight of snow and deflecting the cold wind. Most homes are dug out of the rock and include deep cellars laden with preserves. The miners of Fireshear dwell here all year round. Ramps carved into the cliffs lead down to the shore, where stone docks protrude into a shallow bay that freezes by late fall and doesn't thaw until early summer. So, there's your reminder of what Fireshear looks like beyond the immediate vicinity. So, as you are all making your way through this fog and through the town, you come across one of the main roads that leads along the cliffs. And you see, off in the distance, but you hear it first, a bell ringing fervently coming from the docks. As you all hear this and you look through the fog and try to see what you can, you see a giant great ship. It seems to have white dragon wings for sails and mammoth tusks lashed to its bow, emerging from the thick fog that is currently surrounding the coastline. It cuts a swath through the icy crust over the shallow bay as it approaches and slowly grinds to a dead stop.
So this is down in the water?
Yeah. So, as you all see this happening, shortly thereafter, the fog lifts a little bit more, and you see that there are 20 frost giants standing on the deck of this ship. Then suddenly 12 of them leap over the edge and begin bounding up the cliffside as villagers flee towards the mines for some protection. These giants are quickly making their way up the cliffside towards the village as it sits on top of this cliff.
Alright, Chaos. Did we see this? Because I certainly did not.
Well, sometimes they look smaller in the glass.
Oh boy.
But no, I did not catch these.
So we know that there's 12 of them coming up.
Yes, that's what it looks like. Now, if any of you would like to make a perception check, I can give you a little bit more information on these great ships if you are interested. If not, we can continue rolling forward.
What kind perception?
Yeah.
19.
I had a, because I also want to know the information. Ooh, that's a dirty 20.
All right. Anybody else?
3.
Ships of death. Good enough.
All right. Ogilvy, they're ships of death. You agree with Bearfang, ships of death. Danvers and Kaz, you make note that these are great ships for what would be your standard humanoid, but based off of the size of a giant, they appear to be just standard longships for them. One of their typical ships seems to measure about 240 feet from bow to stern. Looking at the placement of oars and other various equipment on board, seems that a minimum of 10 giants would be required for the manning of this ship. Doesn't seem like it would be exceptionally fast, but in a fight it would be very difficult to destroy. And on average you would be ballparking that they could carry 200 tons of standard cargo.
That's a lot.
And they're going to Fireshear, correct?
They have essentially crashed into the docks of Fireshear and unloaded 12 giants that are currently bounding up the cliffs towards the bulk of the village.
I don't think that we stand a chance against more than 2 or 3 of these giants in any given day.
Agreed. But
Kaz,
making sure when you
Where's that big emblem that makes heat?
Good call. Are they climbing up the cliffs at the moment?
They are using the ramps that have been carved into the cliffside to make their way northward.
so just making sure that I
wide are those ramps?
How wide are they?
Yes.
They're probably ballparking it. Depending on what part, anywhere between 30 and 60 feet wide. This is a port town that relies heavily on import-export, so the infrastructure is designed around intentionally being able to make as quick of a trip in and out as possible.
making sure I have this right. When you say crashed, it's like they're creating a beachhead, and it appears more to be an assault, or this is just like crashes. Oh fuck, our boat's not supposed to be here.
Giant D-Day. Beachhead.
Okay.
As bad as it is to say, I think we need to just get on these griffins and get out of here.
The fire room might help if they can't climb.
Yeah, I think if there's just any way that we can warn the town as we leave. Like, we're obviously not equipped to handle this, but give them enough time to raise the alarms could make a difference.
I mean, that's what the bells were tolling for initially, was that ship coming in. So, I mean, they know.
And you have seen people
Alright.
fleeing through the streets. You have seen people delving into the mines that lead up the ramp. But at this point, the giants have pretty much made their way up their cliff and into town.
Well, we talked for too long.
Yes, pretty much.
If this rune can't do anything against 12 or even a couple of these frost giants, then we might as well do what Danvers said and bail. As much as I don't like to leave the town to ruins, we may not have any choice.
The room
I have
might
Yeah.
moved
be,
you guys
at this
to a
point,
different
might
map.
be too spread out.
Yeah, I mean, that's the point, though, is can we take them down before they can converge on us without any idea of reinforcements? Or because last time we got help and we barely scraped by. Like, I hate to say it, like Danvers and Berfane have said, but we can either make this our grave, or the town goes down, it gets irreparably damaged, but we can find out how to actually protect these towns in the future. We lose one, alright, cool. If we try to stop these guys, we're still going to lose this town.
So devote the battle to win the war.
It's the best idea I got.
Yeah.
Sounds okay to me, as long as we can determine whether or not this rune can sway the balance. If it
Yeah.
can't, then yeah, let's bail.
Yep. All right.
Can we
Don't
see
make
where
me have
they
another
are?
idea, or else my brain will hurt. That's my one for the day.
And also where we need to get to these griffins.
The griffins are they're about a mile and a half northwest out of town. They are not near the town for obvious reasons.
Sure. In case giants attack.
But you guys are welcome to place yourselves on this map where you see fit.
Where are we even coming from? What does that mean?
If that's the case, where's the exit? Because I want to be about there.
Look over this map and decide where you feel it would be most beneficial for you guys to leave, and wherever you choose, you're fucked. Now,
Near an exit, and like, did I see where the giants went in?
the giants are up the ramps and have begun fanning out through the town. You guys are essentially a short ways off of the cliffside and were able to make this view rather readily. The problem is you have the entirety of the town behind you to make it through.
So is north down?
Like I said, put yourselves where you see fit on this map, where you guys are comfortable being, and we'll go from there.
I mean,
If you guys are comfortable where you are at,
Near an edge.
Yeah.
if there's
Yeah,
anywhere
Kaz,
you feel more comfortable at, we can play with that. I just put you
Yeah.
up there because it was convenient for me at the time.
yeah, Kaz, pick where you want to go, and I'll be 10 feet away from you.
I mean, it's either right there or pick another road on the edge and right there.
Which
Yeah.
way did you say the area was? Mike?
The area is northwest of town.
So I mean, pretty much the only difference would be like go there.
Yeah. Okay. I'm all for that.
Okay.
yeah, I'll follow you guys.
It's Northwest Road. I
Yeah.
can't.
Danvers, do you want to take the lead, and I'll take the rear guard?
Well, we can just place ourselves there for right now, from what Mike was saying. So
Yeah, but just making sure that we're protecting our casters.
Sure.
Because then, if that's the case, I'll be like right there.
I keep making a blue box.
I gotcha.
Yeah, same. I can't.
Let me make sure that would be why it didn't update those, which is weird. Alright. Fix this, because sometimes this game is dumb.
Also, if there's any way I can use the Trident of Fish command while out of water, I'd like to tell all the fish to jump inside the giant boats, try to weigh them down and sink them.
Alright, you guys should have control of those now. Just for argument's sake, you guys are going to need to make it to that southeastern corner to be able to exit.
What?
I was having you guys choose your position, and you are having to move to the opposite side to be able to make it out of town.
But we just. I thought we weren't even in town. We're talking.
You were just leaving the inn that was in town that you guys were taking up residence at, because Danvers had got dropped off to collect the remainder of his equipment, and you guys were working your way out of town as things were progressing towards the Griffins as this happened.
Well, all right then.
Are there any further questions?
Yes, but they're not related to the game.
Yeah, it's a confusing scenario that you guys are in, but essentially you were working your way through town. You heard off in the distance initially a alarm bell essentially ringing, thus leading you guys to be able to view this giant great ship coming through the fog. In turn, unloading a cadre of giants, which began bounding their way up the cliffside. And so, just because I wanted you guys to have a choice in where this all starts, I let you choose your positions on the map, and it was going to be set up where you must make it to the other side of the map
Hmm.
to make it out of town.
So he didn't necessarily make the worst decision ever that was going to be done anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the illusion of choice, for lack of a better term.
Okay. The dwarf
Magic.
starts diggy diggy hole to get underneath the wall of the town at this point in time, right here.
It's a catchy song. It's nuts, but it's catchy. Oh, let me switch playlists really fast.
Should we choose, we could just hide for an hour and let them ransack the town.
There is a gamble with that. It's certainly an idea. Let's keep brainstorming. There's a brainstorm happening right now. Ugh. All right, it's over.
So I
Well,
have to tell
there's-
this thing to stop first, don't I?
There's
Yeah,
a lot of
you-
merit
You
in
don't have to tell
Kaz's idea.
you don't have to tell it to stop, Mike. You have to clear the queue.
I think they could have made this more intuitive. There we go. We have some tunes. Alright, so if I can get all of you to roll initiative for me, it would be greatly appreciated.
Oh boy.
Why does this sound like a Killing Floor 2 soundtrack?
I think this is Doom. Let me see.
That's Doom.
Yeah, it's Doom.
So we try to stealth our way through town, and if we all live at the end, we get to go to the Griffins and, well, fight our way to the Griffins, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, we can try that. I don't like my chances, but
We could also steal their boat.
Alright, first up, Bearfane, what did you get?
A 9.
Right? And Kaz.
4.
And Ogilvy.
20.
Very nice. Danvers.
-2.
Ooh. That's impressive.
That actually means that you are 22 because of but next turn.
Alright.
Does that mean I'm surprised? Did I just roll myself a surprise?
I did
So-
not expect this.
Ogilvy, you are up first.
All right. I'm going to move very carefully to the corner of this building, which I believe is right here. Let me know if that's incorrect.
Yes.
And I'm going to look down each hallway, or I guess alleyway, trying to figure out which side is easier to hide in.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
Oh no. 4.
They both look relatively the same. You're not seeing really any indication either direction of giants at the moment.
Guys, I just realized I don't know the fucking thing about giant tactics. They're like normal tactics but bigger. That's my turn.
Alright. Next up is Bearfane.
Do the same. Just want to check and see, like, obviously keeping a watchful eye out for anything that's at least 6 times taller than I am.
Alright, make a perception check for me.
Wow, that's another 8. 11 this time.
Alright. Between the rumblings, you make note that it seems from over in this general direction, there seems to be a possible group of giants. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. This direction, there are believed to be some giants. Color.
Okay.
Top of that.
Oh. I just want to grab Ogilvy by the arm and like tell him that I hear something down that way, and kind of motion that we should go the other way.
And then I motion this.
Alright, so next up, we have these individuals. So as you are looking around the corner, Bearfane and Ogilvy, you get the luxury of seeing not one, but two giants come into view. And because you guys are tucked around the corner, they have not quite seen you yet. So that will end their turn. Kaz, you are up.
Sneaky, sneaky. 5, 10, 15, 20. That's the side of the building, right?
The
That's
side
the
of the
shadow.
building is in the shadow.
Then that one. And then look around.
Right? Make your perception check for me.
13.
Alright, you make note of the fact that there seem to be giants over there on the eastern side, and
Sorry.
you also catch a glimpse
Over where?
this way. I'm on the wrong fucking tab again. Over
Oh,
here.
okay, okay.
You make note of those two giants, and with a 13, you also catch a glimpse of another giant down south.
Okay. Be anything good. When you cast a spell that is not like a ranged attack or anything, is the source known to the experiencers?
What is the spell? What are you trying to do?
Well, I'm debating a couple, but
You are always going to be the source, and depending on the spell and what its components are is going to dictate that.
like slow, where it's just a big area is affected.
Let me see what slow says specifically.
Yeah, usually in the spell description it'll say like a spot of your choosing or something like that.
But it's got visual,
6
or
creatures.
verbal,
No.
somatic, and material components.
So
40
within
foot
range,
cube.
so you've got a 120-foot range with which to cast it, and it affects creatures of your choice within a 40-foot cube within that range.
Right. So would they know it's me though if I'm hidden from them?
No, they can't. It's not like they can see
Okay.
like necessarily where it comes from.
But they would end up being aware that a spell has been cast on them.
Right. The caveat to that being something like fireball, which is like literally a beam, like a little red ball shoots out of your finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah. That's essentially accurate.
I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna stay there and stay alert.
Okay. You don't want to prep anything or anything?
I just want to press myself up against the wall. The dodge action. That's it.
There you go.
Okay. I'll respond to that later, Corey.
No, it's fine.
Alright, so dodge action is taken, which then rolls us into Danvers.
Alright, I'm gonna come as quietly as possible, though I know I'm not good at it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You want me to roll stealth?
If you are intentionally trying to be quiet, yes.
I am, best of my ability. I do have
And
disadvantage on
that's
these. Okay, so with my -3, that turns into an 8.
Okay. See.
Does your aura negate that by any chance?
No, it's just saving throws.
That's it. Does it help that there's probably lots of screaming townsfolk?
Yeah, what's the ambient noise level factor with that?
Near the giants, it is deathly quiet because nobody wants to make a noise and possibly draw the ire of a giant.
I mean, realistically speaking, because the disadvantage comes from my chainmail armor, it's probably just a little bit of ringing chains, which is probably not super uncommon in this town.
But because of what they have for passive perception,
2.
they the two giants over to the east whip their heads around towards that alleyway.
Okay.
But that rolls us back to the top with Ogilvy.
I'm gonna look around, see if there's anything that I could use to explain away the noise, and I doubt I can find anything. So then, I am. Let me plan this out a little bit. Go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Fuck it, I gotta do it. I'm gonna start off by raging, and then I'm gonna
Okay.
go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then throw what's the range here? I'm gonna throw one of my javelins.
Okay.
Just trying to distract to see if I can get people past, and if they just decide to go on me, better than all of us.
Okay.
That will be a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
And then it's not a melee attack, so I don't get a rage bonus, but I do get to keep my rage. And that is, I don't get Great Weapon Master on that, so it's only 5.
It is better than 0.
It's true. And then I'm just going to try to make as much noise as I can to get those two to focus on me specifically. And that's my turn.
Okay. Then next up, we have Bearfang.
All right. First of all, kudos on the music choice for our possible TPK here.
Yeah, I'm adding this to my battle playlist.
We've always got a hiding place. Keep that in mind.
The only problem is if we use it, we probably don't have griffins anymore.
Sure.
I move to there, and because I don't want to leave Ogilvy hanging, even though he's potentially sacrificing himself for us. Wait, I need to check something first.
I'll also say it's up to an hour. We don't have to stay up there.
Oh crap! I can't. I have to move to a different place.
I have an idea. I just can't execute it for a while.
Because
So that's 20 to there. So let's do 5.
I really need some different spells next level up.
Okay, I can just hit him now. So I made my movement, and for my action, I would like to cast Toll the Dead on that closer giant to our east.
All right.
Wisdom save 14.
That is a
Thank-
failure.
Yeah, think shitty thoughts.
Think shitty thoughts.
Not bad. That's going to be 7. No, he's had damage. That's
Yes.
12s, right?
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. 17 necrotic damage. Actually got a 12 on one of them.
Nice, baby.
Anything else you would like to do?
No, that is my action. So, I guess maybe I'll move 5 more feet to try and hide from, but still be able to glimpse them around that corner.
Okay.
Then I'll have my turn.
Then next up we have our frost giant individuals, and they are going to go 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So that first one is going to make his attack at Ogilvy,
Thank God I'm raging.
and it is 2 great axe attacks. That is a 11, which will miss, and
Yep.
what about a 17?
A 17, unfortunately for me, would hit. Except for I'm going to keep on talking so you can't roll the dice. Because if the damage isn't done.
Oh, you guys are, So that is going to be... Math. 17 slashing damage.
Reduced to 8 because I'm raging.
Correct. And then this other one is going to try and hit Bearfane with a rock with disadvantage because he's around a corner. And he completely whiffs it. So Bearfane is going to take no damage. And that will end their turn. So next up we have Kaz.
Oh shoot, I forgot to roll my d8 for rage. 7, what is 7? I'm sorry, you guys keep on going. Difficult terrain within 15 feet of me.
Yourself an aura.
What I am gonna do, I think, is I'm gonna hidden step to go invisible, and then I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20. How much is climbing speed?
It is half your movement speed.
Yep, so I'm going to go there. And then I'm going to cast rope trick with a 10-foot rope that's the rope section that I have. And then I'm going to climb up into the place at the top of the rope.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to do?
That's an action and all of my movement speed. So I'm just up in that space and I'm looking down.
All right. Thank you, Jay, for dropping that in there.
Yep.
But so what you guys get the luxury of seeing before Danvers' turn is coming through the fog and clouds. You see Screecher, which you very well recognize, come flying through, hauling ass with one of Deshara's individual personage on its back still. So let me double check this just so I have the right thing on their movement and shit.
I'm confused. Is it Deshara or someone who works for Deshara? Because your verbiage was a little confusing.
No, it is. You guys haven't gotten a good look at her yet, but you just see somebody of similar looking nature from Deshara come
Gotcha.
flying through.
To be clear, I wanted to have pulled the rope back up with me.
Okay.
I just needed to say that out loud.
All good. Alright. And damn it, you made me lose track of what I was doing.
Sorry.
80 foot. No, not you, Corey did. So she is gonna come swooping in, and she's gonna drop 40 foot while she's doing this. Go about there, and she is going to, just out of range, you guys get a good view. It is actually Deshara flying in on Screecher. She is going to take a shot at this giant with her heavy crossbow, and that is going to hit. Alright, and he takes some damage from that, and then she is going to swoop back up another 40 feet. Go there. And she is essentially a little ways over Danvers now. Danvers, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15. I'd like to cast Crown of Madness on this frost giant in front here.
Okay.
The only thing is I don't know as a player or as a as a paladin if it will affect them because it says one humanoid of your choice. So I'm going to cast it anyway because that's what I want to do and I want it to work, but I don't know if it does. Otherwise, it's a Wisdom saving throw DC 14.
Give me a moment.
If it doesn't work, I learned a valuable lesson.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work, you're the Ogilvy.
Or we learn something about them and you can just shout that and we'll always know.
Nope.
You cast your crown spell, hoping for it to take effect, and you see no effect being taken. No crown appears above the giant's head.
Okay.
Turns out giants are their own thing in D&D.
Right, yeah. I shout out that they're not humanoids.
What is it supposed to mean?
Don't worry about it. As I throw a javelin at the the frost giant in front there. I was on the wrong screen when I went to click. The one in front.
All right.
Nat 20.
Very nice.
So that's gonna be 12 piercing damage to that boy.
All right. Anything else you would like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna step 5. Can I see where I can't see Ogilvy's aura? How close am I to the edge of it?
You are right on the edge.
It doesn't matter for you because it only accounts for enemies.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Just for argument's sake, we'll put it there. Can you see it now?
That's
Yes, now I can.
yeah, that's why I dropped it in the chat.
I try not to open the chat while I'm streaming because it makes the screen that I'm streaming freak the fuck out.
Well, there you go. Problem solved. I added the
will
order for you.
move-
Freak.
I'm just gonna move there, and that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, then. Ogilvy, you are up.
I'm gonna look around and just kind of in a hush scream, just go. I was trying to let you guys keep running, and I'd follow behind you. Why are we deciding to fight here? And as I grab my great sword, and I'm going to make an attack on the Frosty Boy. That's an 18 plus 6, so I'm assuming it hits.
It does.
Cool.
Oh, damage.
This isn't going to go terribly at all. So that is 10 plus 5, so 15 slashing damage. And then I am going to try to additionally take a disarming strike. And this one here is D8 add to damage. So the 15 already counts, and we're going to add another 7 to that. And
Alright.
it needs to make a strength saving throw, DC 14, and if it fails, it drops its weapon.
Is that a failure?
It's a fucking failure?
Yeah, it's a failure. It rolled a 3.
Oh my fucking god.
So it got a total of 9.
Oh
Just disarmed the
shit.
giant.
Oh shit. Alright, cool. I don't see Kaz anywhere. But I also know I'm kind of the front line for this, so I'm going to hold position. And that's my turn.
He has no weapon, which means Bearfane is up.
All right, I'm gonna jump around the corner here, position myself next to Danvers, and I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt at the giant that just lost his weapon at the
Okay.
3rd level. Wow. Okay. I want to use my Channel Divinity to change that 6 to a 16.
Will hit.
And then with my plus 6, that gives it a 22. And where are my tens? Okay. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. They're 6s. Uh, 19 necrotic damage.
With that, this giant drops.
All right, let's see what I got for bonus actions here.
I still can't believe I disarmed that fucking thing. That's still something.
Let's just hold off right now on that. That will end my turn.
Right. Seeing this giant and his kin drop, he's going to take a step forward and go there. I'm going to get rid of that one for now.
Yep. Remember that is difficult terrain.
Yes.
They also have like 40 feet of movement speed.
I know, but I just want to feel special.
Using his 10-foot reach, he is going to make 2 attacks at Ogilvy.
Okay.
That is going to be a 15 to hit.
Meets it.
Okay. And the second one is only going to be a 13 to hit.
Misses.
So, first one. So many dice. Whoa, excuse me. Math, damn it. That is 33 slashing damage on that one.
For one hit?
For one hit, I rolled an 11, a 7, and a 6, and a 9.
Yo.
Okay, so how much was it again? 33?
33. So
that
it's
gets
reduced,
reduced to 16.
Yep. And that would
Damn.
end his turn, which puts us up to Kaz. You are up in your hidey hole.
Okay. That changes the original plan.
Oh no, where'd my dicey boy go? There it goes.
Don't know what makes sense anymore. Far away. I'm gonna drop down 5 feet of the rope, and then can I, while dangling from the rope, then cast Burning Hands?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay, so I'm gonna do
You have
that.
2 hands, so one could hold the rope and the other could be burning. And then in turn, you can light the other one on fire.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that. That is a dex save because he's within 15 feet.
Okay. That is a total of 6. So a failure.
Yay! I rolled poorly. 6 fire damage.
All right. What else you got?
Don't have bonus weapon, bonus sections, so I'm gonna climb back up and pull the rope with me.
Okay. Anything else?
Keep looking out my little magic window.
All right. So then Deshara, she's gonna make her pass and there. Take her pot shot at this idiot. And that is going to be a hit. She's actually rolling surprisingly well. And the crossbow bolt sinks through the armor of this giant. Danvers, you are up.
All right. Man. I really don't know what I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna try to like go around the house and like secure a route through the alley or something, like through between the 2 houses there, and try to see what's coming. Try to not let us get surrounded in the very beginning of the map. Do I, during the course of that, see this guy down here?
Yes, you do see that guy down there.
Okay. I'm gonna use my action to 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'm gonna dash. So I'm gonna hopefully he doesn't, spot me through the fog, just dipping around that corner real quick. I may not be stealthy, but I can be quick.
I need to check here. What is... I'm drawing a blank. Why am I having a brain fart on this? What's your stealth modifier?
-3.
Much brain cheese.
Okay. You don't know if he spotted you or not.
Okay,
But you shall find out.
guess so. That's it for me. That's movement and action.
Alright, then we are back at the top with Ogilvy.
All right. Going to use my bonus action for second wind, and that is going to give me back. Please roll high. 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 Not high. That is going to give me back 6 hit points. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, 13's the max, so I rolled an exceptionally middling amount of damage. Imagine I would have seen Kaz in his little hidey hole when I specifically was trying to get him to run away to safety.
I was already in the hole.
So you know what? The odds are they're going to be able to hit me. So I might as well make my shots count. I'm going to use reckless attack.
Okay.
I'm glad that I did because that turned an 11 into a 19 plus 6, so 25.
Hit.
And then I'm going to go for another disarming attack. I get to reroll that, and it's worse. So it is 11 slashing damage, and then an additional 8 from the superiority die, and that's a DC 14 strength save.
He passes. He is not disarmed. You
All
swing,
right.
and you don't catch the same tendon that you did before, causing the initial giant to drop his great axe.
Then I'm going to drop an action surge, and that turns a 12 into a natural 20. Fucking yeah. So all dice are doubled. This gets re-rolled because it was a 2. That turns into max. So that starts off as already... and I get to roll that again. So remember, that one's a 5. That becomes a 5, so that's 10, 16, plus another 4, which is 20, bumped up to 40, 45 slashing damage.
Right.
And
with that,
it makes another DC 14 save.
that does not matter, because with that, you see this giant drop as well.
Oh, fucking thank Christ. I burned so much into that, guys.
After this giant drops and the fervor of combat kind of dissipates a little bit, and looking over these giants, you make note that these giants seem like they are rather emaciated. They seem like they may be starving a little bit and are more or less raiding the town for food and rations and whatnot, and they seem to be essentially at a disadvantage when it comes to doing things, and are hoping that their presence will do more harm than anything else. So,
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
after the fervor of combat drops away, you make note that these giants seem a little emaciated and weaker than what would be expected of a giant. They seem to be taking mostly food type goods, and are hoping that, it seems like they are hoping that the history of giants and what they are capable of will do more harm than anything else.
Okay, cool. Because I was about to say, those weapons still hurt.
Mm-hmm. So, with that, Bearfane, you are up and welcome to move in whatever direction you so choose.
All right. Although it seems to be a safer path to run, continue down the alley that we just dispatched that last giant in, I think I would have noticed Danvers take off back to the west and south. So I will start heading that way too, and I am going to dash.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Not showing you as... There we go. Okay, let's see here. Took a minute. Alright, you are hoping that said giants have not seen you. But as we roll
Having
around...
the same stealth disadvantage that Danvers has, I don't think I would have even cared.
Okay, but with that, we roll into this giant down here. He's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. As he is moving, you hear him call out in giant. Those of you that speak giant, saying, "Follow me." It's going to go 5. Oh, I need to move you to the right layer. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and he has to stop there. That guy is going, the first one, because he can actually see you, is going to try and chuck a rock at Danvers, because that was the first one he saw, not realizing that Bearfane went around.
Maybe I'm too small, he didn't notice.
He rolled really shitty.
So he hits me instead?
No. So, would a 17 hit you, Danvers?
A 17 would not.
Alright, so this rock goes sailing over your head into the building behind you. Rolls us into... Kaz, you are up.
Okay, I'm going to just drop out of the hole, which is 10 feet, so hopefully I don't, like, break my legs. But I just don't want to waste movement speed.
You're just going to take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you impact the ground.
Oh, okay. I don't get to, like, roll to land on my feet?
Make a dex saving throw. Let's go for that.
Okay.
Because you know what you're doing. You're not doing this unexpected.
That's a 17.
Yeah, it's a rope trick, not rope tricky.
No, you managed to deftly avoid that.
Okay, and I'm going
No
to
spraining
go
ankles.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You still don't see anything?
Nope, you don't see anything.
And I'm going to dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Alright. So, make note as you are moving forward that off looking through the entrance to this building, because it is not solid, that all the way over here there is what appears to be another giant off in the distance to the east.
Okay.
For lack of a better term.
Sure.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Nope.
Alright. Then it is Deshara with Danvers on deck. She's going to go 5, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. She's going to stay about 60 feet up, and she's going to take a shot at that giant. That is going to be a hit. That is not a whole hell of a lot, but it's better than nothing. Alright, rolls her turn over. Danvers, you are up.
Alright, I'm gonna use my last second level spell slot. I'm gonna cast Darkness, like on the boughs of this tree, like right here. So it's a 15-foot radius sphere of magically impenetrable darkness. And I'm hoping I want to cast it like up above the ground, essentially. Like that's why I cast it like on the tree branch. That way the giants, like as they move through it, it's like at their head level kind of thing.
Okay. And you said 15-foot radius.
Yeah.
Let's see how that works. All right. So put it exactly where you want it. If you have any particulars.
Right there.
Okay.
I'm gonna shout out to Bearfane because I see him disappear in this darkness. I say, I just shout, Bearfane, keep coming this way! And I 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 down the street. And that's it for me.
Okay. Then Ogilvy, you are up.
Alright, here's the deal. So my rage would end by this turn because I won't have anybody to attack, and I don't feel like attacking my friend Kaz. That seems really, really rude. So I'm just going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and dash for 5, 10, and I'm going to try to fit in between these two buildings, and I understand it may be difficult terrain.
That
if that's
would
the
be
case,
accurate.
if that's the case, then there's 20 and there's 30, and as I try to turn the corner, I'm going to try to get Kaz's attention. Go, hey, this way.
There is an alley there.
Yes.
Yeah, so in between the buildings, it's just difficult terrain.
Okay.
It's a very tight alley, but you could make it through there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then Bearfane, you are up.
Okay. First, I respond to Danvers shouting, I've got a whole full head of Dwarven steam. I don't think I could stop if I wanted to.
I approve.
Don't tell anyone about this.
Natural born sprinters.
30, 35, 40, 45, and 50 as I am going to use my action to dash once again.
All right. Then Frost Giants are up if you are out. So, 5, 10, 15, 20, crashes into a building. That'd be 30 and 40 as he's stumbling through the building. 5, 10.
Do we look like giant food? I mean, because I thought that's what they were here for, is food.
Well, you seem like a threat. So there's that.
Yeah, running away.
Yeah, because lions are always concerned about ants.
Hey, if you've ever been attacked by a horde of fire ants, you'd understand.
We're a horde? Also, lions are scary too.
Alright, chuck a rock at Bearfane. That is going to be a 14 to hit.
Will not.
Okay. Then that ends our Frost Giant's turn because that one can't see shit. Kaz, you are up.
I'm just going to keep doing what I was gonna do. Because that looks like a tight space. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's just that one that I can see
It's at the moment.
off to the right?
Yep.
Okay. Then for my I'm gonna try to get hidden behind that tree if I can.
Okay. Roll stealthy for me.
Eight.
Okay. You believe yourself to be hidden behind the tree.
Cool. Then for my action, I want to pop into the Raven and try to scan like that swap area.
Hiding behind the tree, if you want to actually hide, is considered an action for everybody other than rogues.
Okay.
If you would like to retcon that, that is fine with me.
Yeah, I just want to stand behind the tree
Okay.
and hope that's enough cover.
Okay. So you want to scan with the Raven what area in particular?
So I go about up to 100 feet. So, well, I guess I have to actually move. I forgot how far he can move. I wanted to get basically like this alley and that alley. If I can get a visual.
I'm gonna toss an aura on you real fast of 100 foot.
Okay.
Just because it'll make life easier for me to see what you can see.
But let me see how far the Raven can actually fly.
The range is unlimited. I think you can only give it orders out to 100 foot.
Its range is unlimited?
Yeah, it can go as far as you want, but I think you can only give it orders out to 100 foot, and I think you can only see it out to 100
Its
foot.
fly speed is 50 feet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can only like be in it 100 feet, and its fly speed is 50 feet.
Yeah. But, so easily enough, though, it could dash as its action since it's just perusing.
Okay.
And there isn't really any cover. Make a just general perception check for the Raven for me to see what it sees.
12.
Alright. So, all you come across in this is another giant that pops up in that alley there. So down south of here.
Cool.
Alright, actually I forgot to do something when I did the thing. So, alright, is there anything else you would like to do?
All set.
Alright, I'll get rid of that aura then. And Bashar is up with Danvers on deck, so she's gonna basically continue holding there, take a pot shot at the one she can see. And that will be a miss on her part, but since she is trailing you guys 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, she'll stop there for that turn. Danvers, you're up.
All right. I'm not gonna drop concentration on darkness because that one giant, because I haven't seen the second giant come out, and I'm hoping he gets lost. Even though it doesn't look like the case based on what you moved, but I'm gonna keep hoping. And I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and see that other giant and swear to myself. And I'm going to take the dodge action. I'm going full.
Anything else you would like to do?
I'm going full Geralt here. So, fuck. No,
Anything else?
No.
All right, Ogilvy, you are up. I have a camera for you.
Yeah, I don't know if his internet dropped out again or something.
I don't know. All of the porn. Then we shall come back to Ogilvy, and Bearfane, you are up.
All right. It's a good thing I had a hearty breakfast because I am fully intending on continuing this attempt at full steam ahead. And dash 50 feet again.
Anything else you would like to do?
Kind of pucker a little bit when I see another giant down that other alley.
Other than that, giants are up, so 5, 10, 15, 20. And seeing you getting away and seeing the other giant over there, it's going to go there, and he is going to make a grapple check against you, Bearfane. So make a strength roll for me.
Can I see this?
Nice.
Yes, you would see Bearfane being grabbed by this giant.
I
What'd you get,
don't know if
Bearfin?
you need. I don't know if you need to use that right now.
He said nice, so it's okay.
You said 8.
Proceed.
All right, so then you would be currently grappled by this giant.
Wait, hold on. What happened?
What was your roll?
My roll was a dirty 20.
Oh, a dirty 20. No, you actually deftly dodge the grapple. Yep, because he only got a 16, so he takes a grab at you and misses. That would end his turn. This one is gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40. Stop there. Let me see what this other one does.
I think the confusion happened because I said wait. It sounded like 8.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Also, after whoever's turn it is, Jay told me what he wanted Ogilvy to do for his turn.
okay. This giant is gonna go 5, 10 there. Run into that. And let me see y'all. Right? And so that was 10 of his movement speed. Let's see what he does. And he is going to go back that way. And he's still in the darkness and runs into another building. So he's stumbling around in the darkness.
Good.
This one by Danvers is going to try and throw a rock at him. And
Disadvantage.
he is going... yeah. That's a 1, and he essentially goes to pick up a rock and drops it on his foot. And misses horribly.
Does he kick a rock with his other foot? Sheldon-like?
We're getting there. Alright, what would Ogilvy like to do?
Alright, so Ogilvy is going to, I guess because things changed from when I left, advance forward 10, 20, and in order to, making sure that with my hand axes I'm reading this right.
I may be overstepping myself a little bit here, but point of order, wouldn't Ogilvy had his move before that giant got in the way?
Correct. So this giant, per your turn, let me reset this stuff, is technically still back here, and this one is still over here.
Well, I'm still at where I want.
Okay.
And what I was going to do is I was going to ready my hand axes. Okay, I can only do one attack, so I'm going to ready my great sword to make a vertical slash down if anybody comes in and kind of do like a surprise attack.
Alright, so then you see a giant pop there, and you would be able to make your slash.
All right, and then since this is a held action, I am able to reckless attack this. And that's great because that's a 19 plus 6. Otherwise, I would have rolled a 7 plus 6.
Hit.
And I don't feel comfortable using my last maneuver because I burned through those like hotcakes. So instead, it is plus 3 this time because I'm not raging. So that's 14 slashing damage.
Very nice. Anything else you would like to do?
No, because I've used up my movement, and I don't want to use up a second rage just yet. Because I'm going to try to figure out if they can actually attack with an axe through that range and be useful. So I'm done.
Then we are on to Kaz. Being in your Raven, you have seen another Frost Giant move towards Bearfane, attempt to grapple him. One move towards Danvers, attempt to throw a rock at him and fail. And you have seen a cloud of dust coming out from the westward direction while Ogilvy is continuing to sneak through an alley.
Yep, I am going to cast Slow right here,
Okay.
picking just the 2 giants.
Alright. And those are...
That is a Wisdom save.
failure, and a success.
Oh no.
So this one has failed. This one has succeeded.
Okay. So that is that part. And then is that far enough? Probably. That's not very far. I'm just gonna stay there then. That's my turn.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Yeah, it just says within range. Okay, good deal. Then Shara, she is in a good spot. Seeing the one chuck a rock at her boo, she's going to try and shoot that one again. That is going to be a failure on her part. So, Danvers, you are up.
Okay. Do I have any indication from like Danvers's perspective that either of these giants has become slowed?
As you are watching the events unfold, it all happens at the same time. You would essentially be catching this one going slow right as you're about to hit it, if you were to attack it. Since everything happens all at the same time because of the way rounds work. Since rounds are weird like that.
I'm just gonna do what I was gonna do before anyway, because that doesn't really help me make a decision. I'm gonna go 5, 10, and I'm gonna use my flail, and I'm gonna attack that giant twice. So first attack is a natural 1, but I'm gonna use my inspiration to roll again.
Do it if you're cool.
Does a 16 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay. That's gonna be just 7 damage, bludgeoning. And then that one's gonna be another hit because I rolled a 15 on the die. Okay, so that's gonna be 12 bludgeoning damage.
Right. Anything else you would like to do?
No, that's it.
Okay, then back at the top with Ogilvy.
All right. Since I know this time there's somebody there, I'm going to rage, and this requires a new roll, and that is a 1. What does a 1 do? Just enough options where I'll never remember what each one does. Shadowy tendrils lash around you. Each creature of your choice you can see within 30 feet of you must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, which is, in this case, DC 8 plus proficiency bonus, which is 3 plus con modifier, so DC 14. DC 14 con save or take 1d12 necrotic damage. I also gain 1d12 temporary hit points.
Alright. So you would just be able to see the one to the southeast also.
Yeah, he does it too.
So this one succeeded, this one failed.
Alright, so it is 10.
And damage.
And I get 10 temporary hit points, and then I'm going to make I'm going to keep going greatsword.
Okay.
And I'm going to go reckless. That is a 15 plus 6 for 21.
That'll hit.
So that is 8 plus 5, which is 13 slashing damage. And then, in order to make it harder for him to hit me, I'm going to go 10, 20, 30. And then I'm done.
Okay. Bearfang, you are up.
Okay, what does the arm symbol next to this one giant mean that I'm standing next to? I see his health, and then I see like what maybe an arm
It's a boot.
flexed.
Means he's
Oh, that's a
slowed.
boot. Oh, okay. Um, all right. Then what I'm going to do is, you know what? Let's try this. I'm going to simply, since he's right there, try to melee him with my warhammer.
All right.
That is a 13 to hit.
That'll hit.
Wow. Okay.
He has a -2 AC to do too slow.
Excellent. That is going to be 7 bludgeoning. And I will use War Priest action to try to melee him again.
Okay.
And that time it's going to be a dirty 20. For, unfortunately, only 4 bludgeoning this time.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
No, I think that will be it for right now.
And Frost Giants, I will start with this guy over here. Seeing out of the 2 of you, Danvers did more damage. He is going to attempt to attack Danvers. And I don't think that a 15 would hit you, Danvers, would it?
No, and I would like to use my reaction to do the bash with my heater shield. So it's opposing strength checks. I got a 15.
Well, he has failed.
Alright. So the next attack against him has advantage.
Hey, this one here is going to make his step forward. Seeing as Ogilvy was the closest and they aren't the brightest, he's going to try and make one attack at Ogilvy, which will be foolhardy. And then he's going to take his steps forward. 10, 15, 20. He's going to try and make an attack at Danvers. And would not hit you with a 14.
Okay. At least I burned one of his attacks.
And this guy in the darkness. Let's see what he does. If I can remember what dice I was using. And, jeez. This guy's having a rough time. So he's going to go essentially over there. Right? Because he crashed into a building, so he got disoriented. Let's see what he does. And so 5, 10. And he stumbles his way out of the darkness to the northwest there.
Okay.
And that will end our Frost Giants' turns, rolling us into Kaz.
Okay, I'm gonna be in my own eye and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Guessing I can see him.
Yeah, you would be able to see that one.
Let's give him the old. Let's give him a magic missile.
Forgot to see if he passes on. No, he doesn't. He stays slow. Magic-y missile away.
So 10 force damage.
Right?
That'll be me.
All right. Then what's her name? It's 5, 10. And she's gonna shoot at that guy, keeping her distance, and that will hit. And that bounced out. And so did the other one. All right. She does that to that guy. That ends her turn. Danvers is up.
Alright, I'm going to make my first flail attack against the slowed one that I put off balance.
The advantages.
Yeah. Alright, that's going to be a 26 to hit, because I rolled a 19. It's going to be 9 bludgeoning damage.
Right?
And he's still standing?
He is still standing.
Alright, so the other flail attack... shit, that's probably not going to hit with a 9.
No, that does not.
Alright, that's it for me then.
All right, back at the top with Ogilvy.
Alright, I definitely was trying to see if I could just get him to pay attention to me and I can stab him, but he's a little bit smaller than I predicted he would be, which isn't that odd. So I'm going to go 10, if I'm on the right window, because I'm on my character screen. 10, 20, 30, and I imagine I'd see like a forearm or a shoulder of this giant here through the corner.
Yeah, you just
And
barely.
I know it,
Yep.
yeah, I know it's a very, very tight window, but I've got hand axes to spare. So, no, I'm going to throw a javelin instead. Cleaner line. And, okay, what a lucky roll on this one. That is a 19 plus 6 for a 25. Alright, and then, because it's not a melee weapon, it does not get the rage bonus, but it does get 9 piercing damage, max damage for that.
Anything else you would like to do?
Let's see here. I've attacked. I keep my rage. I've moved as far as I can. I don't really have a bonus action that I can use, so I'm done.
All right, then Bearfane, you are up.
All right, since I am basically face to face with this giant, I'm going to attempt to cast Inflict Wounds at the first level. And that is 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
Tens. 18 necrotic damage.
This one drops.
Let's go.
What else you got, Bearfane?
I think I've got something I can do. No, actually I can't. So I think that'll end my turn right now.
Then our frost giants are up. That one not wanting to go back into the darkness. It's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, and dash. Stop there. This one. Let's see here. Oh, he's gonna go after Danvers because he's right in front of him. The first attack would a 19 hit you.
Yes, the 19 would hit me.
Is man, my hands itch. That is 19 slashing damage.
Alright, let me make a concentration check. Nope, I lose darkness.
All right. That to the GM layer. And the next one was a 17, which will not hit you.
That will not hit. No, I would like to again make my reaction to do a contested strength throw against this guy. Contested strength check, sorry, against this guy to try to knock him off balance, and that's going to be a 17 on my end.
He is off balance. You currently have advantages on him.
Nice. I love bashing these guys.
All right, so then that rolls us into Kaz's turn.
Okay. There goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And let's go Magic Missile again on that guy. Uh, 9 force damage.
He is still standing.
Kind of figured as much. That's pretty good. And that is me.
Okay. I need to see something about that heater shield. How is it written?
From what I could see, it didn't say anything about size.
Well, that's not what I'm curious about, because it says...
It says gives the next attack against them advantage.
And now I need to look at Magic Missile.
It doesn't have attack roll.
I just want to see the verbiage on it.
So I'll pop it in.
The next attack. That's a spell. It doesn't say it's an attack. So yeah, there would still be advantages against it. But seeing as there is a giant coming up your guys' tailpipe, she's going to come over here and take a shot at this guy back here, which is going to hit. And deal some damage there. And that'll end her turn. Danvers, you are up.
Okay, I'm going to make an attack against the giant to my immediate left there. Does a 16 hit? I forgot.
Yes, it does.
Okay, just fucking barely. Alright. That's going to be 11 bludgeoning damage.
Alright.
And then the second attack is going to hit as I rolled a 17 on the die. And that's going to be 8 bludgeoning damage.
Alright, and that causes this giant to drop as well.
Sweet. So then I'm going to... in a kind of half excited, half like, come on, let's get moving, I'm going to shout, let's go! I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 down the alley.
Alright.
Zoom out a little bit so I can see everybody. I'm trying something this week since I'm streaming it to try to keep everybody in frame and see the whole battle. We'll see.
Okay, so that would end your turn, which puts us back at the top with Ogilvy.
Alright. Here's the deal. I would have a line here, but how far is it? Do I have disadvantage on this attack? I would, but that's okay. I'm gonna take one of my javelins, and I'm going to huck it at that giant, so I don't lose my rage. And well, it doesn't matter what I roll on this one because I rolled a 2, so I whiff horribly. Sailed this one up into the sky. But honestly, it's a javelin. It's replaceable. Our wizard isn't. So I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I'm just going to make sure that that gets sealed so I can keep eyes on everybody. That will be my turn.
All right, then Bearfane, you are up.
I have one javelin left.
I don't see any immediate threat as I can't see through the building. So I'm just going to continue our way out and head over to where Kaz is in case something does happen and he needs reinforcement. 25. And yeah, that'll end my turn.
So, that being said, Frost Giants are up. This guy sees a javelin fly past, doesn't know that Ogilvy is in the alley, just kind of ignores it, and he's going to try and get back to his buddies and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40. And he's going to stop there. With that, another Frost Giant hasn't seen you guys yet, shows up at this end of the road.
Ah.
But that will end Frost Giants and roll us into Kaz.
Yeah.
Just so you are aware, there is an alley right here.
Yep. I was trying to see if I could do it the normal way. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15. Oh boy, 15. And then slip into this alley. There.
Okay.
That's an alley.
Close
So
enough to
that's-
him. Yeah.
So that's 10 feet of movement. So that's 25 feet. So I can't go any further?
No.
Okay, so I'm just slipped in the alley.
Anything else you would like to do?
Can I see the giant still? Probably not. Since I'm
The one up here?
any of them. Probably not.
You
Still-
would have been able to spot this one that is over here, but is actively ignoring you.
Right, but like at present in the alley, it's just me. So
Yeah, it's just you.
I will just hang out there.
Okay, then Dashara. She's gonna take her shot at that idiot that's over there and miss horribly. She's going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, and go there to kind of split the difference. Danvers, you are up.
You are muted.
I'm going to keep running. I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Do I see anything yet? I'm probably going to dash, but I want to make sure it's the right action.
Yes, you would catch a giant that is basically about here. He hasn't procced yet. Like he's essentially backing up that way right now, so he hasn't spotted you, but if you were to continue moving, he would.
Okay, so I'm going to, yeah, alright. I'm trying to move the map so I can see everything. Yeah, so I'm gonna dash still. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and kind of duck under this tree, intending to go through that alley
Okay.
right there. On my next turn. That'll do it for me.
Okay, Ogilvy, we are back up to the top with you.
Alright, I don't see a way to save my rage, so I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Seeing nothing around, knowing the general direction we're gonna go, I'm gonna dash for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. My rage ends. I still keep the 10 temporary hit points because those end on a short rest or a long rest, and I'm done.
Okay. Bearfane, you are up.
All right, seeing everybody bail to the south here, I'm going to head down this alley. So 5, 10, and that's basically all I'll be able to muster because of the difficult terrain.
Alright, Frost Giants are up.
Is it less difficult for Bearfane since he's a dwarf in a dwarven village?
Yeah.
If only.
Or is it like action scenes where there's just like random fences in the way that he has to climb over?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. No, but there are fruit carts.
Okay. I've got my explanation. I'm happy.
That guy seeing you duck into that alley, you're essentially going to have full cover. So if I'm not mistaken, that is a +5?
+5 is
Correct.
for 3/4. I don't know what full is.
Or no, it'd be 3/4 cover, yeah. I always fuck that up for some reason.
No, it's because it's weird. 3/4
And
cover.
we never
It's a
use it?
weird- Yeah, it's just a weird denomination, you know.
Alright,
Yeah.
first attack. That is going to be a 17 to hit, which will not hit Bearfane. And the next one is going to be a 18, which still won't hit you because you are in said alley. This giant begins hacking away at the roof you are currently underneath, and you
Oh, no,
are
the
getting
fruit carts.
showered with shingles.
Shingles and strawberries from the fruit carts.
This guy is going to back up 5, 10. Let's see what he sees. He does not perceive much of anything at the moment,
Clouds and Oz today.
but during a ruckus, what would he do? Let's find out. Alright, so that means the ruckus would pursue him this way, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and he's gonna stop there and see what happens. Because he didn't see you guys passively and or actively, because he rolled real shitty. So that would end Frost Giants. It would be Kaz's turn.
Okey-doke. That means I'm gonna go 10, 20, 30. I'm just sitting in an alleyway. Yeah. I guess I'm gonna dash, but only to get to the edge of the alley so I can see out.
Okay. So you make it to the edge of the alley and you see that there is a Frost Giant off to the east.
Okay.
Anything you could do as a bonus action.
Nope.
And we'll roll into Shara, who's gonna try and help cover Bearfane, and she misses. So Danvers, you are up.
Okay. I'm gonna stay under this tree here, and I'm gonna take the dodge action, and try to, kind of hold a spot, and hopefully the other guys can catch up and get through the alleyway behind me.
Alright, then Ogilvy is up.
Alright. Shit. I don't want to use that last rage, but we are getting close to the end. It may be worth it. So here's what I'm going to do. because the P takes up 9 squares. I'm just going to come up here 5, 10, 15. And I'm just going to kind of give a wink to Danvers. And I'm just going to go to this frost giant goes, hey, you can fucking leave this goddamn town. And it'll be quite alright with me. But if you stay here, you will never leave again. And I'm just going to try to goad him into rushing me.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Right. Then Bearfane, you are up.
All right. I am going to try to dash through the alley to the end because I can see Ogilvy. I'm going to head towards him. So basically 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That ends my turn.
Frost Giant. The one that has been goaded is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And he's going to go 40. So both Danvers and Kaz will get attacks of opportunity.
Okay. Can I magic missile that?
You would need Warcaster for that if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So I can stab him?
You can stab him.
Cool. $19 to hit.
That'll hit.
5 piercing.
Alrighty. Danvers, would you care to take advantage of it or no?
Yep, I rolled a 24 to hit and 8 bludgeoning damage.
Anything else? Not an opportunity attack, so this guy is going to make his 2 attacks at Ogilvy. That will be a total of 20 for the first one.
20 damage or 20 to hit?
20 to hit.
Okay.
And that will be a 12 for the second, which won't hit.
Okay.
And that is a total of 20 slashing damage from the axe.
Okay. And I take full damage because I'm not raging.
Guy's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40. And then he's going to dash because he saw Bearfane run through the alley. 10, 15, 20, 30, 40. And stop there. Okay. Then that will end their turn. Now Kaz is up.
Alright. I'm going to actually pop out. There. And then... let's do a 3rd level magic missile
Okay.
at the one nearest. So that's 5. Well, 17 force damage.
This is a collide with him all over his body and deal 17 damage. Alright, is there anything else he would like to do?
Okay.
Alright, then that will end their turn. She is up to Char with Danvers on deck. 15, 20. She's going to try and... Oh, fuck, I'm dropping dice. Attack this one to the west. And miss. But she's maintaining her distance. Danvers, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna move 5 feet up. I'm gonna open my mouth and shoot fucking lightning. So this guy needs to make a DC 13, unfortunately, only dexterity saving throw.
All right. That is a success on his part.
Alright, so then he's gonna take 5 lightning damage. Would have been 10, which would have been cool, but whatever.
What else you
Does
got?
his beard get a little bit frizzier?
Yeah, it's just like an afro beard now.
I'm gonna move up there, get right up on his shit, and I mean that's it for actions that I've got this turn. I'll just wait there.
Then Ogilvy is up.
All right, now seeing that there are 2 enemies out here, I feel better about making my rage, and that puts me at a 8.
Chest
What is
laser.
it?
Chest laser.
What does an 8 do? Where is
Face
Here we
laser.
Laser.
a bolt of light shoots from your chest? Another creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or take 1d6 radiant damage and be blinded till the start of your next turn. Until your rage ends, you can use this effect on each of your turns as a bonus action. Chest laser. And I am going to chest laser the guy closest to us, because blinding him seems awesome.
And you said a con saving throw?
Con saving throw.
Regrettably, he passed the con saving throw with a 19.
Well, damn it. Stupid all or none things. I look down at my chest, kind of upset, and instead I'm going to take this out with a greatsword attack. I'm sticking with the greatsword. It's been doing me well.
You can't always kill things with your chest laser.
I would like to repeatedly, at least. That would be a 15 plus 6 for a 21.
Right?
And then I'm going to make a disarming attack with my last superiority dice.
And that was 21 damage, correct?
No, it's 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
And both of these get to be re-rolled because of Great Weapon Master. That improves. That does not. So that becomes 15 slashing damage in total. That includes the superiority dice.
Okay.
And then DC 14 strength check. Or save. Save.
He only got a 13.
He fails!
He is disarmed.
Your weapon's donezo, motherfucker! But that is my bonus action to rage, my main action to attack, and then my last superiority dice to cut his tendon. That's my turn.
Alright. Then Bearfane is up.
All right. I am going to attempt inflict wounds at the 3rd level on the one directly next to me.
Okay.
Gosh, I'm rolling really well. 24 to hit.
That hit.
Oh boy. God damn it. 3 ones. Only 11 necrotic damage from a 3rd level goddamn spell.
Alright, he is looking definitely more on the rough side. What else you got, Bearfane?
Let's throw spiritual weapon out there as a bonus action at 2nd level.
Does your spiritual weapon look like?
I usually go with the hammer, so let's go with that.
Go with this one, because I like this one. And let me give it to you, and you can put it wherever you want. And it's all yours.
Okay. Right now I'm going to use it on the one next to us. And it's a melee attack, basically. So that is a 23 to hit.
That hit.
For 7, I guess it's radiant damage.
Swing away with your magically apparated Hammer of Doom, and he takes 7 damage.
And that will end my turn.
Alright, which means our Frost Giant friends are up. So this one that was just hammered is going to see who he attacks. That will be Danvers, and then Bearfane. So the first attack at Danvers, that is a 15, and the one at Bearfane is
I want to
even
impose-
less than that.
Oh, okay.
If you still want to.
I'd like to use my reaction to shield bash this one instead.
Okay, shield bash away.
All right. Where's my d20? Oh, hey, where'd you go? Ooh, nat 20 for 24.
Alright, he
At
is disadvantaged.
All right. We're advantaged.
Or, yeah. This
Hey.
guy is going to go 5, 10, 15. What's up?
Quick question. Is the spiritual weapon for Bearfane this time the dropped weapon of the Frost Giant? No?
He
Okay.
wanted a hammer.
Okay.
But that one, let us do math rocks and see who he goes after. And that is going to be Ogilvy on the first one, and Ogilvy on the second one.
What else is new?
The dice have spoken. That
It's
is
true.
going to be a 21 to hit for the first one.
Sure does.
And that is going to be a 23 for the second.
Sure does.
That will be 27 slashing for the first one.
Which is reduced to 13.
And that will be 32 on the second one.
Reduced to 16.
And that ends their turn. So that puts us into Kaz Abisai.
I would like to cast Sleep over those two Jamokers at the third level, because I want to make sure it's going to work. So I get 9 of these suckers. Uh, 44.
44 total means this one goes night-night. The easterly one goes night-night. The westerly one is still alive.
Darn, my math guess didn't work. With that, I'm gonna run 5, 10. Let's not step out into the open street.
Right? Anything else you would care to do?
Just peer my head down that southward land.
Alright. Peering southward, you do see a giant down there.
Like way down there. Okay, cool.
Way down there.
Cool, cool, cool.
Anything else?
Nope.
Alright. And what's her name is up with Danvers on deck, and she is going to hit. It's that rock. Right. Alright, he takes his damage. Danvers, you are up.
All right. I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to move there. I'm gonna. I guess Bearfane isn't sitting down to hear me anyway, but I'm gonna shout out to him to shuffle through. And I'm gonna hit this one with my flail at least twice. Nat fucking 20.
Very nice.
So first and foremost, before I forget again like an idiot, I'm burning a first level spell slot to do my freaking Divine Smite.
Smitey McSmite.
Alright. So, for the flail, that's going to be 6 doubled. For the Divine Smite, okay, so it's 12, 16 bludgeoning damage for the first attack.
Okay.
Well, it's... Sorry, I should say it's 8 bludgeoning damage, right? No, so 10 bludgeoning damage and 6 radiant damage. If that matters. And then it's going to be a 18 to hit for the second one.
Hit.
And that's going to be another 8 bludgeoning damage. Okay, and then just so everybody knows, because I hit him with a critical, every attack against him has advantage until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
Thank you, Crusher. Now that Bearfane's back, I'm gonna repeat what I'm gonna shout to Bearfane. Shuffle down the lane.
All right. Anything else you would care to do?
I'm gonna stay there because I don't want to. I was thinking about moving 5 feet to my left, but I know that Bearfane can make his way through there.
Then back to the top with Ogilvy.
All right. With him looking as risky as he does, I'm going to flip flip my sword into like a two-handed thrust position, and I'm just going to thrust it straight into him, reckless style.
You don't have to because of Danvers.
Yeah, you already
and
had
his crusher
advantage.
feat.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you know what? I said I did it, so I did it. That's going to be an 18 plus 6.
That hit.
And that becomes 15 slash pierce damage from inappropriate weapon use. So 15 damage, and then because I'm kind of sweating this a little bit with all my open wounds and shit, I'm gonna go 5. Let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and that's my turn.
Okay. Then Bearfane is up.
All right. I guess I will try to. How about Toll the Dead on the one west? So that's a Wisdom DC of 14.
That is a failure, just barely though, with a 13.
Let's fucking
So
go.
12, 14 necrotic damage.
Plus, that means that this one has expired.
Okay, and I was going to, as my bonus action, use the spiritual weapon on the second one, but I think instead I am going to cast Healing Word at the second level on Ogilvy. Is he still within range?
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Daniel.
So, hopefully I can max these out.
Bearfane, you
No.
wonderful
That's
spaceship
going to-
edition creature, you.
That's going to be 7 hit points returned to you anyway.
It is 7 I did not have.
And that will end my turn.
All right, frost giants are up. That guy's asleep, so that rolls on through. Kez, you are up.
All right. I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And let's dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah. That's it.
Okay. We are on to Flying Lady. And she will take her shot. And that hits. Yep. Keep losing my math rocks. Ooh, very nice.
Who's she shooting at?
The frost giant that is asleep.
Oh, god damn it.
I'll be happy because she killed it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not a worthless thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a dead frost giant. So Danvers, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, kind of take off after where I saw Kaz head off towards. And that's it for me.
Back at the top with Ogilvy.
All right, let me zoom in so I can get my micro world compared to the macro world. Shit, I'm gonna have to lose my last rage for this, aren't I?
Punch yourself in the
5,
face.
10, 15, 20, 25, and then 30. Main action dash for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There's a range issue that I have with my chest laser, which it can only go 30 feet, right? Yeah. So I'm just gonna fire my chest laser 30 feet in front of me and watch it just turn into nothingness unexpectedly, and my rage ends.
It's like a sparkler fizzling out at the end of the stick.
I went from I went so happy to so disappointed like that. That's my turn.
All right, Bearfane, you are up. You are surrounded by giant corpses.
Awesome. I am going to dash, as I should have moved before. I forgot my movement from Danvers' advice, but I'm going to dash right now. And that's 50. And the spiritual weapon, 5, 10, 15, can move 20.
Right.
That's all I can do.
Let's see if the giant down there on patrol. He doesn't. Well, no, he does. He notices Ogilvy up the road there and is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He's going to make a dash into 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And end his turn in front of Ogilvy with
Can I
Kez.
jab him as he runs away, or we were not in melee range?
You were not in melee range. You were just 5 foot out of his reach. Or you were, yeah, he was out of your reach by 5 foot.
Cool.
Then that ends that turn. So Kaz, you are up. You just had a frost giant go barreling past you.
Yep. Yep. I am just gonna move along. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah. That'll work. I'm gonna cast Mind Spike on him.
Okay.
Which I think is a divination. Yes. So I can put a first level spell slot back while I do that. So that's fun. Wisdom saving throw for him.
Okay. He rolled a total of 20.
Okay, so that's a pass, but he's gonna take half of 12 psychic damage. And that's what happens.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Nope.
Alright. Seeing that guy fly back. There, she's gonna take her shot at him. That is just enough to hit. He takes some more damage. Alright, that ends his turn. Danvers, you're up.
Alright, I want to start my turn by saying, Scott, I never saw that like expert divination before in the divination class, and that's really freaking cool. 10,
Yeah.
15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm gonna flail him.
Kill him.
18 on the first one for 10 bludgeoning damage, and a 14 on the second.
10, and the second one misses.
Okay. That'll do it.
Alright, then back at the top with Ogilvy.
All right, let's before I start my turn, because it's going to determine what I do. My understanding of the rules is that if I am 2 class sizes smaller than a creature, I can move through it without a penalty to my speed. Is that correct or incorrect?
Good question.
We just make a quick ruling on it, because I have plans either way. We
Yeah,
can
we'll
we
say
can
you
figure it
can.
out in post. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna make a reckless attack, and that will be an 11 plus 6 for 17,
That'll hit.
and then that will be 9 plus 3 for 12 because I can't rage anymore. I'm just out of anger. And
Well.
if that's the case, I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and that will be my turn.
Okay, he would get an attack of opportunity. No, you attacked him. Never mind.
Yep.
Braveheart. You're good.
No, you're good. Yep.
Bearfane, you are up.
Have fun tapping
All right.
between your legs.
Use my movement. 20, 25 to get within sight. Let's haul this thing along. Oops. Why isn't it? 20. Charge another round to it. And I will cast Toll the Dead on the giant that Ogilvy just hit.
Okay.
So wisdom of 14.
That is a failure.
Let's go. Come on. Double 12s.
Oh,
Double
boy.
12s.
Only, yeah, right. Oh, only 8 necrotic.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
No, I can't move my spiritual weapon any further, and I don't know if. Actually, that's not a concentration spell. No, let's call it at that.
Okay. To answer your question, Jay, you are correct.
Cool.
To roll into the Frost Giant, he is going to make his 2 attacks at Danvers because he is immediately in front of him. That is a 19 and a 22 to hit.
Those both hit.
$26 on the first one.
Oh my god.
And that is going to be a 8 on the second one. I rolled real shitty.
Whew, fuck me. Okay.
Alright, anything else for him? No, so Kaz, you are up.
Smooth recovery there, Mike.
Yo, welcome.
15, 20, 25. Yep. Magic missile. That fella. That's 12 force damage.
Anything else?
Then one last step there is 30 feet.
Right, and she is going to take one last shot at him. She is going to hit. That is some damage. I haven't been putting indicators on him, so I need to fix that. In that realm. Alright, Danvers, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to use my Channel Divinity Dreadful Aspect. And I am going to do a lightning-laced roar at this giant. And force him to make a wisdom saving throw or become afraid of me.
Oh, you have intimidated a giant.
Alright. So then I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And if he makes an attack of opportunity against me, it would be at disadvantage.
He will, because he might be afraid, but you're still running away from him. That is a 12, so that will not hit.
Nice. Alright, and he can't willingly move closer to me.
Alright, then we're back at the top with Ogilvy.
Alright, shit. I don't like the fact that Bearfane is on an island there. I'm gonna grab my last javelin, I'm gonna huck it. That is a 14 plus 6, I believe. Let me confirm that. Yep, 14 plus 6 for a Justin 20.
That hits.
And that will be a d6 plus 3 for 7. And that is my last javelin.
Right. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm just making sure my inventory is correct. So then, do we need to get to specifically this spot here, Mike, or is this one, like, this one here also going to lead us out of town?
So that should also be leading you out towards town, but there will be a little bit of a meetup afterwards.
Alright, at that point, I'm just going to say, Danvers, like, I owe you, Big Tom. Buddy, I might not be able to live through this much longer. I'm going to go 5... Oh, come on, here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, so that next turn I can escape.
Alright. The orphan child is up. Bearfane, your turn.
Move 20 spiritual weapon one more time. Try to keep it up. I do have a little bit of time left on it. It might still come into play. How bad is this guy again? Oh, pretty bad.
Yes.
All right, let's try Toll the Dead on him again. Hopefully, I'll roll better.
Okay.
Fail.
Wisdom saving throw on him.
Yeah, sorry, wisdom of 14.
That is a pass on his part,
Okay.
because he rolled a 16.
but he had a negative 16, so.
Yeah, I really can't see anything else that I can do right now. I will move up a little bit, and we'll see what happens.
All right. And that puts us into the Frost Giant. Since he can't move near Danvers because he's afraid of him, he's going to Bearfane and making his 2 attacks at you. The first one is a...
Will he have a disadvantage on those still?
He is not looking at you. If I'm not mistaken, fright implies being able to see you.
Oh yeah, I guess it does say within line of sight.
Yeah, so you would not be in his line of sight at the moment. Only the second one hits though. And 3. That is 26 slashing damage.
All right, would I be able to use my heater shield reaction on the first one?
Yes, you would.
All right, there's my damage. And it's contested strength rolls, right?
Yep.
Believe I got a 16. Yes.
Oh, he only got a 9.
All right. Next attack is at advantage.
That ends his turn. Kaz, you are up.
Okay. Nobody seems to be following me yet, so I'm pop my head out. Go. Oh. And burn another magic missile.
Yep, you stick your head around the corner. Danvers seems a little more menacing than usual. Bearfane's on an island by himself. And Ogilvy is nowhere to be seen.
And that is 11 force damage.
Come on, be enough, be enough, be enough.
Damn it.
Stop pausing. Be enough.
Try to hit the button.
Computers were always so cooperative. How would you like to do this?
Just real casual, like.
Running around the corner, launch out a bunch of missiles,
what
and
are you
keep hauling
waiting
it. It's a drive-by shooting of magic missiles.
And then I go back down the alleyway. So what are you waiting for?
With that, these magic missiles come swirling down this alley, whizzing past Danvers, and Bearfane, you see the husk of a giant toppling towards you as he falls towards his death, and a massive lump of giant is just deceased before you. And with that, we'll take a short little break.
Oh, fuck, guys.
Dear God, I'm so close. I have 9 hit points.
I have a 1 spell slot.
Yeah, thanks to Bearfane, I went from 5 to 12.
I have all of my hit points because I avoided everything.
I was worried in the beginning. I wasn't sure if you lost a ton of hit points or if you were just getting it in early when you used your second wind, like after the first attack round. But I think it was really good that you did do that because, you know, I think it allowed you to stay alive for so much longer than if you were to try to have clutched it in the middle there.
Yeah, here's the fun part, is that second wind was exactly the reason why I didn't. Because I gained 6 hit points from that. Yeah, but it was like, as soon as I got to like, oh, I could get 13 hit points back, I could get everything back.
Yeah.
That's why I decided to do it.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. So, oh my fucking god, guys, that was
wild.
Yeah, we got a short little break here, so. But to answer your question, Corey, I was just playing around with something to see how it went.
Mhm.
Okay.
But that was actually like a really interesting like battle style where it's just trying to get to a destination, and it wasn't an annihilation battle, it's just a cut a path. That was cool, Mike.
Oh, I'm glad you appreciated it.
Well, I did. So
to answer
there.
your other question, they're Rig 800s. If Corey hasn't stepped away already.
He did. Probably go potty for like 15 minutes consecutively.
10, 15 minutes, and then we'll be back at it.
All right. Corey, Mike said they were Rig 800s.
Yeah, I heard him. I had my headset on.
No, you didn't. Shut up. You hear nothing.
I think this was like the first like major and high difficulty battle that we did that one of us didn't go down. And I like that. That's so clutch in this instance because that would have really gotten in the way of things.
Yeah, like it would just let them surround us, and like
Yeah.
I'm just glad we didn't have to make a decision of TPK or let somebody just lie down in the street and die.
Right.
Or yeah, I'm just happy Scott didn't have to use his portents on death saving throws.
Right. Although that would have been nice to have in the back pocket.
Mm-hmm. Although, like, as long as Scott doesn't roll middle, that ability's pretty clutch.
Yeah, right. That's all high, all low, or one of each, and that's a good day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh man.
Scott, that's a little big to be a lapdog, buddy. Is that Slate?
Yeah.
Is this what our episode is brought to us by?
Yeah. Our episode is brought to you by extended dog fitting of your siblings' dogs.
Mhm.
He doesn't like to sit here.
He doesn't like what?
Yeah, you could
He doesn't
you
like
could tell
sitting.
Oh,
he's not real comfortable right now.
No.
he's a very tolerant dog.
Oh yeah.
And it's Slate is its name?
Uh huh.
Very cool. Very cool. Hey Slate, do you want to be friendos?
He totally
Slate, do
would.
you want to get us a heckin' bunch of vaccines and shoot them all up in our arms?
Sure.
I'm going to take that as a yes.
So would you all care to continue, or would you like to call it there for the evening?
Thanks, buddy.
I think we should ask you that.
Thanks, buddy.
Well, I am more than willing to continue if you guys would like to.
Yeah, I could go if you want.
Mhm.
Alrighty.
Yeah, it's not my wind down time.
Well, I got at least one other thing for you guys to do. If
Does it
you
level
are
up?
Nope, not yet.
Damn. Makes sense though, but damn. So I'm guessing by the fact that Corey's looking up, is he supposed to be muted right now?
He might be pooping himself.
Yeah, he usually does itch his arm like that when he has to poop.
And he makes that face too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he's satisfied with his poop.
I brought Alexis in so that she could see Slate. And then she was asking me a bunch of questions that I don't have the answer to. I kept saying, text Scott.
So we're waiting on Danvers for him to state whether or not he is good to continue or if he has other obligations.
Oh, no, I'm good to go. Let's keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you guys have just finished slaying a cadre of giants that have been working their way through the city that seemed slightly emaciated, that were actively working to raid food and squash any opposition that they may or may not have felt existed within the city. You guys killed roughly 7 of them through your escape northward out of the city. So, heading in a southeasterly direction on the map because me fucking around. So, as you guys make your way outside of the city, you make note that there are, at this point, numerous townfolk that have gathered outside of the city in an attempt to flee the giants. And Dashara is working on landing a little ways off in the distance, so as for Screecher not to become hostile towards anyone. Because, well, she is a former captain of the Griffin Riders of Waterdeep, an active trainer of griffins, and a relatively able-bodied combatant, and a known personage in the town. So what would you guys like to do?
Cast Cure Wounds on myself and sprint as fast as I can to get on a lion bird.
I'm going to eat one of my rations while running the entire way out of town. And then how much of it is crumbs coming out of my mouth and how much is crumbs coming out of my open wounds? Don't answer that.
I'm assuming we still have the 5 other giants that came ashore to worry about, in addition to the remaining 8 that stayed on the ship.
To the best of your knowledge, that is an accurate statement. If you choose to inquire further, that is up to you.
I mean, I feel like if that's their entire party, they're likely not going to raid this city again, because like this would be heavy losses for them, right?
Well, if we're out of the city, we're out of a little bit of danger because we're not where they want to try and pillage for food and whatnot. So that might be a benefit, but I still think they're going to definitely need to clear the area.
Yeah.
So, Danvers is making his way to his greatest love and the one that will always be remembered in his senility.
Me?
The rest of you are discussing the feasibility of clearing out the town, essentially, and what must be done, and so on and so forth. Kaz is off in Neverland, apparently.
I healed myself for 10 points of healing.
I can help you with that if you like. I have some spell slots left I could use on both you and Ogilvy.
I just wanted enough to survive something minor. I think we need to get out of here.
Agreed.
We might have cost them quite a bit, but I don't have the strength left to fight the rest of them.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, there's... for starters, I lost 7 pounds in this fight, and they were all javelins.
As you...
The only idea I have of helping is if the rest of the giants would group together and I could drop the fire room.
Fireball.
Yeah, but then we
if
lose
we
the
can-
risk of them not dying and us losing the fire rune.
Yes, just putting it out there.
If we could just avoid them from this point forward, I think it'll be all right.
Yeah,
If Deshara has the capability, if the Griffin has the capability to carry, like, say, one of the more wounded creatures away, the rest of us can just start heading there on foot, I guess.
or even if she could just scout out ahead a clear path for us so we could just kind of follow the griffin, you know, through the rest of
There you
the
go.
town.
Okay.
I could sort of help.
Yeah,
Well,
Kaz,
we need you to be ambulatory, though, too.
I'll
No, I can carry him.
Hunga.
I'll take his legs.
Well, I was just gonna fireman's
I
carry
can-
him, but
No,
with
that works. Either way.
I can move.
but
it.
with the
I don't know.
sword here and the pokey bit being by my neck, yeah, maybe not the best orientation.
Well, if you stick it in one hole and it comes out the other, you guys can just carry them on the pole like that.
Oh, it's a Kaz skewer.
I take
Kaz
out,
kebab.
I take out a length of rope and I'm like, just hold on to this and I will follow where you tug me.
All right, so as we're dragging Kaz along, we
You
make our
baby
way.
leash him.
Which will be absolutely great until we come to a stair. Hey, Kaz, I need you to go down this ladder. No, stop walking! Stop walking!
All right, so without any further ado, as Deshara could be our scout, we would like to continue to head to the Griffin Airy, the stables, whichever you'd like to call them.
As you have this conversation with her, she goes, "Yeah, I can easily enough scout ahead. I'm sure some of the other townsfolk will follow with, so that may get a little interesting, but we'll just have to go from there and see what happens." So she proceeds to scout forward, and as the war-beaten veterans of this fight proceed out of town, northwest towards this stable area, whatever you feel like calling it, a massive following of townsfolk are coming with. I mean, everybody knows Deshara's place is pretty much off limits, but it's all they know right now. So you guys are essentially leading a caravan of at least a couple hundred people towards this Griffin storage facility. As you proceed northwestward, she's making slow, lazy circles around you guys, keeping an eye out, occasionally double backing and, keeping an eye on you guys. But you make it there without incident. As you and the other townfolk arrive, though, the guards that she does have there to defend the Griffins and her homestead come storming out and go, no, we can't have this. No, she will kill us if this many people come here.
I when we get up to the guards and the guards start stopping people, I want to stop and turn around and kind of address the townsfolk, basically to say, as I'm bleeding profusely, um, listen, my name is Danvers, and I know that you're scared. These giants are starving. They're just here for the food. So if you stay out of sight and lay low long enough, hopefully they will leave of their own accord. If you're not comfortable with that, make your way north to Hundlestone. But you can't stay here.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Oh, also, Frost Giant Fat, although I haven't personally burned it, might burn really, really warm. So there's that for you. That should be nice. So, yeah. Oh, is this supposed to be a useful speech? Shit. Shit.
So after hearing your little speech, there's essentially an uproar going, we don't have supplies, we can't make it northward, you know, we don't have our animals, we don't have food, what about the weather and the monsters? You know, we can't just wait out the giants, you know, this is our home, we've been here for generations, I'm not going to give up my grandfather's shop. Yeah, you know, every excuse under the book for not leaving and crying to the heroes to save them.
Just leave for a couple of hours.
Do you see this wound right here? Do you see this one right here? What about the one on my leg? We have done what we can to make sure that they don't raise this place to the ground. Guess what? We took a good fair bit of them, but you're gonna want to wait, because if we can't do it, it means you're gonna have to. And I pull out one of my hand axes and goes, be my guest.
You see an older, drunkard kind of man who is standing there with a pitchfork and kind of looks at Ogilvy and goes, so kill you for your weapons?
No, I'm freely giving it to you. Here, take this, go fight them, because we've done what we could.
They look at you and go, we can take on you? You guys look pretty easy right now.
And how the fuck does that solve your problem, dumb shit?
I cast prestidigitation, so a bunch of sparks fly out of all of us.
And
From our joints and servos?
from all the wounds, just all the wounds start sparking. And they all take a big step back and a gasp, and a couple of them brandish pitchforks at you.
You don't even know what the fuck you're trying to do. You're going to attack us for what fucking reason? Because John came after your town. Any amount of thought right now, and I'm not capable of a lot of it without my brain hurting, but I'm capable of doing this. Calm the fuck down, realize we have our lives, and we can move the fuck on.
So with that, how about you guys make either an intimidation check, actually make an intimidation check, followed by a persuasion check with advantage. Whoever wants
Both
to.
at advantage?
No,
or just
the intimidation check is straight, the persuasion with advantage.
Well, you know what? I'm going to burn my inspiration on that, because it turned a 4 into a dirty 18.
Are we just having one person roll each thing?
Yes, one person roll each thing.
Okay.
Okay.
So either Kaz or Ogilvy can make the intimidation check, and Danvers or Ogilvy can make the persuasion.
I made the intimidation. Somebody else can make the persuasion.
All right, I'll do the persuasion.
I get no bonuses to either, so.
Oof. I got a 13 for persuasion.
All right.
Made good use of my inspiration. Lasted real long.
With the conversation that you guys have had, the intimidation, the flying sparks, etc., etc., a decent amount, probably about a third of these people start breaking off. Some of them are making their way back to the city, a little overconfident in their abilities. As you can tell, they are definitely the older ones who are refusing to give up their homes. Some of that group splits off northward with nothing but the clothes on their back into the wilderness. Roughly about half of them are still here and waiting. They don't know what to do. They don't want to leave their homes. They don't want to go out into the wilderness and risk death. So they're very, very lost. With that, Deshar is still making her lazy circles around, keeping an eye on you. And then you hear her shouting from up in the air to clear a path. And these people just split. And you end up seeing Gameth, that Goliath individual who's the owner of the inn and tavern that you stayed at. He's coming through town and he looks beat to shit. He's on par with you guys. Possibly died once or twice. There are other male townsfolk with him who look in the same state. I mean, there's probably 20 or 30 of them coming with him. They're pulling a wagon behind him, and they got in this wagon about 4 giant heads with them. And, he's looking beat to shit. He looks at you all and goes, had a hard time too, I see.
Yeah, we had to run through 5 or more of them to get here.
And the harder part was convincing people that all they had to do is wait and they can have their homes back.
Well, about how many did y'all take out?
7.
7.
Well, that's gonna pose a problem then. Between us, we killed about 2 too many.
What does that mean? Are we murderers now?
Well, from my understanding, those ships take about 10 giants or giant-like to be able to man and move. So, our 5 plus your 7 makes 12.
So they had a landing crew.
How much do you know about frost giants?
More
I
than
know how to kill them.
Other than that, what do you know about frost giants?
Nothing.
I know that they are like in the middle of the caste system.
Well, that's a good starting point, but you know anything about their culture, what they do for a living, how they make their way out here?
No, we're literally on our way out of here to learn all of this shit.
Wait, why didn't you just tell this ahead of time? We talked to you before!
Well, I wasn't expecting you guys to know that little about what you're pursuing. I mean,
Well, what
up
do you
here,
think we are? Competent heroes?
I'm sorry,
It's not like
are you
frost
blaming us
giants
for killing 7 of them?
No, I'm just saying that we're in a bit of a pickle without y'all's help. Because frost giants, they can be a spiteful group.
Yeah, well, these ones are starving.
Yeah, have you met Bearfane?
Which can make them a little bit more irritable. Frost giants tend to be more of the Reaver persuasion, so the more
Should we just
starved they
make a
get, the kind of fiercer they
Firefight
get.
reference?
Yes. With that, they're raiders, pillagers, and plunderers, so if they can't move off to elsewhere to pillage, they're gonna stay here and keep pillaging. Till they can rebuild their numbers.
So, correct me if I'm wrong here, or wrong me if I'm correct. I'm not sure how the phrase goes. You are asking us to remove the final 8.
No, what I'm letting you know is, without your help, this town is lost and gonna be wiped off the map.
You
Well,
can
what do you
rebuild.
suggest? Because neither one of our groups are in any condition to fight 8 more giants even together.
Let them look around the town. There's probably not enough food to sustain them. They starve. You rebuild.
They'll continue to do what they do. They'll make a giant fortress out of our town and use it as a raiding platform for the rest of up north here.
Can you get them all to group together?
Can you get them to group together, and then we'll run away? How about that?
You know their
First
culture.
off,
You know, like, are they attracted to like a certain kind of meat that we can dangle?
second off, do you think that you seem smarter by just asking a whole bunch of questions about what we're asking? Because to me, it just makes you look like a charlatan.
You're supposed to answer a question with a question, and then you answer that question yourself.
Here's
Then
the
you
question.
look real smart.
Get out of the way.
Here's my thoughts. Normally there's a leader, and without their leader, they'll disperse. What if, now, just saying, I take my band of assholes behind me, and we go distract what remains of their force, and you go shipboard and clear out their leader?
What is the time frame you're thinking of on this
How
before
does-
we answer
does he-
anything?
Does he wear a crown? How do we know who the leader is?
Well, they tend to be a little bigger, a little hardier, and with frost giants, they tend to have a wolf with them.
Like a
Um,
little wolf puppy?
To a giant, yes. To you and me, no.
And do you expect us to do this now, or can we have some time to lick our wounds?
Like tomorrow?
I was thinking tomorrow for all of us, because, well, we need some time to lick our own, and if we're going up against at
Yeah, I'm not
least
licking
7
your
other
wounds.
giants,
So how many of these assholes, as you call them, will be joining us?
mine will be taking care of what remains. You have to take care of one.
No. I mean, how many of your assholes are jumping with you on this? Is it just going to be us 5, or is there more to be expected?
Well, I'm pretty sure the group behind me will be more than amenable to taking care of the distraction side of it and clearing out, what we draw away from that ship, if you all are willing to go in and take on the leader.
Does this even sound possible, boys?
If it's tomorrow.
I'm sorry, this brainstorm is starting to make my brainstorm. So you guys, I'm agreeing with you. Whatever majority decides, just please, for the love of God, make my brain not storm.
Suggestion while we are waiting, let's go burn their ships.
It's just the one ship.
So, you're gonna go by yourself and take on 8 frost giants and then try and burn their ship?
I thought they were all in the city. We can go just slip down to the dock.
So, you're assuming frost giants are gonna leave their ship completely unguarded?
You're the expert.
But first off, please stop the condescension. We have already told you we don't know fucking shit.
No, they will not leave their ship unguarded. The plan is we're gonna go in first, we're gonna distract them, and then you are gonna go in there and kill the leader, which will leave them leaderless, which in turn means that they will want to scatter because frost giants don't do too well often without a leader.
Alright, but if that's the case, we have to change the city's name when we do this into something that is actually more... Like, how about Cold Peak?
Rivel Dick?
Yeah, that works too. It sounds like every NPC in here has spent some time in the Navy. I don't understand why they can't defend themselves, but...
Just because you spend some time in the Navy, it does not mean you're a seaman.
Alright.
Well, sleep on it, think on it. We don't have to do it today or the next day, just sometime soon would be preferable. That, your wonderful friend Gameth is walking away and talking to the group of assholes that he came up here with. And he's at least working on formulating a plan to try and goad the giants away, possibly get on the ship, but you're hearing plenty of arguments of we can't take on that many giants by ourselves. We're gonna get killed. So on and so forth.
What do you guys think?
I mean, it's.
I would rather they
Well-
learn to move on.
Yeah, I mean, we're not dealing with traditional Frosty Boys, because I would have assumed from the word go when we tried to escape the city that we were fucked, and then we were able to fight our way through. So it might be one of those where maybe we take a day, see what they're doing, seeing if it's even possible for them to goad these frost giants. Find out if his plan even holds water. And if not, we tell him it's over. We're not throwing our lives away for a town that ain't ours.
They shouldn't either.
Yeah, but do you really want a clearly hostile entity just having a foothold in the area?
But they are starving and there's not enough food for them.
They're starving now.
You think this town has enough to sustain them all?
I don't know what is possible. Hell, I've never seen one of these before. So excuse me if I'm willing to just say that anything can happen. But come
I'd
on.
just as soon leave. Maybe Kaz is right. Maybe Ogre's right. But we don't help anybody more than these people, potentially, if this plan fails.
But we also know that they're looking for the Ring of Winners, and they're literally one town away.
One town away from what?
From finding Sirach.
He doesn't
Like, now,
have them.
yeah, but he's going to get directly harmed. I feel like I just feel remiss that we're kind of doing a job halfway and then just saying, fuck it, the other half is your job.
I mean, if this is gonna work, we just have to do it. There's no test. There's no like, oh hey, let's try to lure these giants away so that we can try to see if it works and try to lure them away again. You have one shot.
Oh no, yeah, that. I mean, agreed. It wasn't one of those where we're like, oh, let's see if they can be so easily goaded. It's a gun that only fires once. I was just saying, let's even see if what he's saying is true. Because what if it's possible that we come in at night when they're asleep, assuming that's when they sleep, from the sea, and we take them out before they even wake up?
That would mean we have to fight all 8 of the remaining ones and then the boss.
I think
That's
the
fair.
boss is included in the 8, isn't he?
That would be a safe assumption.
Okay, 7. So we have to fight the same amount that we fought today, and then another one.
But this time with help. Oh, and a dog. I'm kind of uncool about fighting a dog, though.
It's a wolf, not a dog.
And it's bigger than you.
Lots of things are bigger than me. Doesn't mean I want to fight them all. But now I'm contradicting myself. Look, I'm not the thinker here, but I'm definitely believing that no matter what we choose, there's going to be some consequences.
Well, we really fucked ourselves by letting Serac stay in Hundlestone.
It was his
Granted,
So we
choice.
either
It was his choice.
fight 8 frost giants here because the town will suffer otherwise, or we continue on with what we were originally going to do and try to end this giant thing, or at least figure out how to end this giant thing.
The giants will keep attacking until we learn why they're becoming so aggressive. We can't
That's
stop
fair.
all of them.
Yeah, I did say later we might have to lose a town in order to save the land.
and if they spread to Hundlestone, it's not like
And-
they'll
and-
get the Ring of Winter anyway. So, and there's
And
no guarantee that they won't attack Hundlestone while we're on the way to Everland in the first place.
And these people were given notice to get out. They're not trampled by giants in the way, just their city. The
Here's an
people-
idea. I mean, we're assuming specifically us needs to fight them because we're here, right now. But if we have the Griffins, is there any way we can fly to Waterdeep and see if we can get an actual army to fight them?
I mean, it'll take us 8 days to get there, and then it'll take that army potentially a
At least
month to get here.
Well, if it's the Griffin Riders, it would be another 8 days. And that, to me, is...
At the best, you're talking that.
Yeah, but then it solves the problem if it's not specifically us who needs to fight them, and we can push them back from their invasion site.
Do we know,
Like I'm trying to find a solution here. Like, what is it that we want to
who would
do?
we be talking to in Waterdeep?
I mean,
No
we
one
have
that
a
we
former
know.
Griffin Rider. We have a former Griffin Rider. We can just ask.
Turn to the Griffin Rider. Who would we be talking to in Waterdeep?
So if we leave the town to its own devices, it's not going to take them very long to get here to Dashara's. And if something were to happen to her, are we potentially losing our Griffin option?
Yes.
Well, then do we really have a choice? I mean, we take them for one trip, and if they stay with us for the entire trip, once their home is destroyed, potentially,
Dashara, do you know, is there someone in Luskin that we could leave word with on our way to Everland? That they could send some sort of force here?
Give me a moment.
Or at the very least, could they send word immediately to Waterdeep, and then the Griffin Riders, if they were to be dispatched, could get here 5 to 6 days sooner? Sorry, 12 to 13.
Well, I hate to say it, but Luskin is one of those cities that's run by a kind of I'm drawing a blank on the damn word.
Criminals.
A coalition of captains. It's a seafaring city, so it's one of those things they have to vote on and even decide if they want to move out there. And from what I've heard, it's been kind of influenced by some less than savory types as of late, and they're very much just looking out for themselves as of late.
All right, look, you've got military experience, I'm assuming, by being a Griffin Rider for Waterdeep in your work history. What is your opinion on this? What is the way to stabilize the area and to get us to the information we need the fastest?
Take a day and clear the giants, and then I won't have any worries and possibly have to drop y'all halfway. 'Cause I got a sending stone, and worst case scenario, I'm leaving it here with one of my guards, and I get word the giants are moving on my griffins, I'm turning around and coming home.
Next question here is there any way we can have aerial support like we had today?
Oh, I'm sure I could arrange that for a little bit, especially for the townsfolk, but, Gammoth there is one known for drawing the ire of many an individual as time goes on. So, it's not unlikely he'd be able to pull them away from you.
Yeah, but if he gets killed immediately, it doesn't help us much. Distraction can't be
Yeah.
3 seconds. So if
Yeah,
if you can provide aerial support more than just yourself, it makes a huge difference.
Oh, I could probably throw a couple of my guards on there and throw at least 3 of the 6 on there, and that'd make
That's-
4 of us in the sky.
That is enough for me, because I mean, if we're gonna go after this and we're gonna fight something that is much stronger than us, having the 4 of us plus a bunch of fucking yokels is not a plan. Having something where we can do things they can't becomes it.
Well, it sounds like we're gonna have to do this regardless. So
Yeah.
at least we'll be at full strength,
Yeah.
and they'll be one day further emaciated. Maybe that'll play into it.
Yeah.
So we take our long rest. We get Shara's help with some airborne, and do what we need to do.
I don't have a better idea.
I don't think there is one.
Well, may I just suggest something? My griffins aren't wholly useless right now. I mean, I'm a little tired, but I could send out one of my riders to give us a scouting mission right now and see what's going on in the town, see what we're looking at on the giant ship right now, if you wouldn't be too opposed to it.
I mean, more information is always helpful, but I mean, do your men know how to do that without drawing the attention of the giants here while we're trying to rest?
They can definitely circle their way out over the sea and lose the giants and loop back around. They're not wholly retarded as they seem.
I mean, it's one of those where no information is worth them not coming back to give us any. I mean, just knowing where they are, knowing that we have the numbers right, knowing we have the capabilities, the weaponry, or even if a third ship comes in. Because if a third ship comes in, fuck it, we're gone. We can't deal with that. But we don't need anything too specific, is my opinion. All right. My big question here is, man, we gotta fucking get out of this town as soon as we get this done, though.
Well, it's obvious that after this we need to make no additional stops along the way, and we need to start getting ahead of this thing instead of continuously getting surprised by it.
Yeah, that fucking sucks.
Well, would y'all like me to send out one of my riders and scout for you right now before it gets too late in the day and we start losing daylight?
Well,
I think at the end of the day, that's your call.
Yeah.
Well, if I can do anything to help you on the clearing out my home, I would be more than remiss not to do it.
Can we stay here on the premises for the night so that we can help defend the Griffins if the Giants get wise?
Well, right now I'm not turning anybody away. These are my folks and my home, so if you guys are willing to get these people back in their homes and back in their town and off my land, it's the least I can do is let you stay here.
All right.
So wait, she's telling us that we need to go talk to every town person that's still here to convince them to go home so that we have a place to stay for the night, or we have to go
No,
back into
she's
the giant-infested town and find a place to stay for the night.
no, she is saying that she's letting everybody stay here without consequences as long as you guys are willing the next day or the
gotcha.
following day to get everybody back to their homes.
Right. Okay. Well, then let's make our preparations to rest, and I think we should get as much information as we can and move tomorrow, because the longer we wait, the more dug in they get, the harder our job gets.
Fair. Agreed. Any dissenters?
Not happy.
I'm not either, but
But I mean, if the town if the town is lost while we're gone, obviously we've just been told that we lose the Griffins too, essentially.
on the back end we can probably renegotiate a deal with the Griffins because I feel saving the fucking town is worth getting our money back in a free fucking ride.
Well, we can cross that bridge when we come to it, assuming you guys don't die saving the town.
I hate that you even said that.
It's literally an assumption we make every day. We don't need to be reminded.
Danvers, I know you'll come out on the other side all right. I've seen your strength.
It's good the Dragonborn can't blush.
Mm-hmm. I also found out something here. It's that Kaz here can dry heave. I'm going to mark that as one experience because I've never witnessed that before.
What about you, Bearfane? What do you think about this whole idea? You've been awfully quiet.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right. I have been quiet.
You're awfully comfortable with uncomfortable silences. It's because I'm comfortable with uncomfortable silences.
I don't know what an uncomfortable silence is.
I mean, I don't think any of us is happy with the situation, and all four of us would rather leave the town than stay. But I think our hands are tied.
Well, if
No,
you want
no,
to
that
go,
was you,
I can
Danvers.
get you out of Luskin. I can get you at least that far and turn back. If you want to go, I will take you. It's the deal we agreed upon.
I don't think that keeps us from getting attacked by giants for many more than one day. So
Yeah. Man, it should be great if Cloud, Vesperos, Windy Tall Guy.
Zephyros.
Yeah, Windy Tall Guy.
Okay.
Comes around and helps us figure out what the fuck is going on instead of just saying, "Oh, they tell me I'm not allowed to answer that." But it's saying a lot of fucking headache and heartache. That's the word I was thinking of. Headache. That's what I've been having all day.
You mean it's not head pain inside stab?
Yeah. No, I mean there's brainstorm, but I meant headache. Sorry about that.
Well, I've been quiet because you heard my take on it.
Yeah.
That's the direction I think we're headed, and I think that it's pointless to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
Where's a stack of hay?
Take your pick. There's plenty around, and I got a couple underground stores that you're more than welcome to. Griffins
I
know you
immediately
well
fall down.
enough. If you wanted to bed down with them, they'll take care of you for the evening.
I immediately fall down on my chest and start sleeping.
That's gonna be frostbite.
I'll run an alarm around the perimeter.
Just around Ogilvy. I need that one. So as you all are finding your respective places, she starts walking through, and you just hear her start shouting, "Aaron, Aaron, where are you at, Aaron?" You see one of the guards come running up to her, and she grabs him, by the essentially, he bends down to talk to her, and she grabs him by the shoulder and starts having a hushed conversation with him, and you see him running off. He goes to the barn that you guys know is the equipment shed, and essentially starts pulling out saddle, reins, all the accoutrement to hop on a griffin and go on a scouting mission. And she's having conversations with him. They're going back and forth, and finally he takes off on one of the griffins, and off he goes. Townsfolk are finding peace and quiet where they can, bedding down where they can, going into stores. She's bringing out food. She's taking care of people best she can. There's some of the townsfolk who are going out hunting to try and get whatever game they can. Campfires have been made. Ramshackle tents and huts have been thrown together, and the cold evening starts coming in. So would any of you care to take watch for the evening, or would you trust her guards and the townfolk to be on watch for you?
Um,
I mean, I said what I said.
yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I don't think I have it in me to actually take a watch. I literally had 6 hit points left, or was it 9? Yeah, 9 hit points.
I think I'll just trust between the other people and the alarm that will know if something really bad is happening.
Now, are you tailoring this alarm to the miscellaneous townfolk that are in this town? Are you trying to find a corner to stick yourself in that they will stay away from? What are you trying to do?
It's a 30-foot. Wait, no, 20-foot cube.
Yes.
So, I can designate creatures that won't set off the alarm. So let's say us and residents of the town are cool.
Okay. Easily enough done. Before you do go to bed, it dings once or twice as a non-resident, i.e. merchant, traveling, does pass through it.
I'm so smart.
I'm always gonna find some bullshit loophole.
Sure.
We get along so well. But as the night is carrying on, you all being wore out, beaten to shit, the other various townfolk also find places to bed down, and everybody's out like a fucking light that, took a pounding to get people out of this town. As the night wears on, eventually, a couple hours into it, about 2:30 in the morning, there is a bunch of screaming and a very loud crash that comes outside of the barn and where you guys are taking up residence for the evening. It is a crash. It sounds like a very heavy thud and then tumbling. Now, that's all you hear from where you guys have taken up residence for the evening. No other thuds after that. You hear a lot of people screaming and a lot of noise outside.
And then does it die down?
It kind of stays constant. It drops off a little bit, but there's some crying that starts. There's some orders being barked. You guys can't exactly make out what they are, but you definitely hear Shara outside, and she sounds livid.
And this is when? Like 2:30 in the morning?
Yeah, like 2:30 in the morning.
Um, I'm gonna ignore it and go back to sleep because I need the long rest or I literally cannot do anything.
I pack more snow around my ears.
I'll Raven just try to check out what
All
is
right.
happening.
Make a perception check for your Raven. It'd be a straight roll because there's enough campfires and whatnot around.
So 11.
All right. You make note as your Raven is circling around outside
Shoot.
that there is a very heavy impact followed by a large kind of groove dug into the ground. And there you see one of the griffins laying on the ground, bleeding, with Arid thrown about 20 feet away from the griffin, with what looks like the remains of a ballista bolt through his shoulder. And,
Is this person alive?
it looks like they are alive at the moment. They look like they're being tended to.
Okay.
They are definitely not looking great. Neither is the griffin. It looks like the ballista bolt went through the right front leg of the griffin and into the rider's shoulder.
Okay. I'll just hang out for a minute to see if it escalates, and if it doesn't, then I'm just going back to sleep.
It doesn't seem to be escalating. It seems like people are getting bandages. The guards are working on reining in the griffin because it is hurting, so it is being very hostile. It's not wanting people around it. Arid's being carried off and tended to. Looks like he's being brought inside. For the most part, they eventually, for lack of a better term, subdue the griffin and start taking care of its wounds as well.
Okay.
But that is the excitement that you guys get to have at about 2:30 in the morning that only Kaz seems to know about at the moment. After that is a very quiet, relatively restful, a little tossing and turning evening for you guys as you continue to get your long rest in without incident. As morning rolls around, it is a very simple mass breakfast being served. It's mostly porridge, and more porridge, and porridge, and porridge, and porridge.
And deer jerky.
For those of you that have it, yes. Morning rolls around, you are all welcome to your long rest to recover any spells, make any changes you need to, etc., etc., etc.
I call everyone around. I want to so I cast aid. And it's gonna take up one of my second level spell slots, but it lasts for 8 hours. I choose up to 3 creatures within range. It's the 3 of you. Your current hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration. You guys see me pull like a strip of white cloth out of like my pouch, and like I place it like on your chest, and I kind of do like a little prayer over it, and then you kind of feel the sort of like the warmth of the radiant energy, and then I take piece of cloth off and I put it on the next one. And I say,
Tingles.
I did a lot of thinking during the night and this morning, and I kind of switched things up a little bit for this fight. I think that tackling this the way that I usually do isn't going to be beneficial. So hopefully, with a little extra vitality, the three of you can stand longer at my side.
Was I supposed to switch things up?
No,
Oh,
you're doing great.
God, I'm so unprepared. I'm so unprepared for this. What, what if I held my sword like this? Is this a thing? Is this anything?
I don't think you need to change anything up, buddy. You're doing great.
All right.
Swing for
All
the
right.
fences.
It didn't seem like anything. I'm gonna go with it wasn't anything.
I actually did, though. I went and I changed a bunch of my spells for this.
I don't have a whole lot
Well, I mean,
you do have
you're-
portents.
good options.
You're a wizard. You can only change so much about what you've got prepared. Versus me and Bearfane, we can go in and change literally an entire spell list.
Sure.
Yeah. But portents, or is it just a session?
No, it's good. Come on, big or small money.
Big and small. Big and small.
5 and a 10.
Well, at least one of those is probably gonna be helpful.
You see me come up from my experience there, like not looking real satisfied.
What about
Oh,
Ogilvy? Does he match his rocks?
It's really, really unclear. Hold on. Let me try it a different way. No, it's still unclear. Sorry. But I have to agree with Kaz again.
So, you see Ishara wandering around. It looks like she hasn't gotten any sleep at all. She looks exhausted. She's worn down, tired. All of her guards look exactly the same. They look very gaunt, very worried. But she does come up to you and go, "Well, I've got some good news for you all. It appears that there are only a total of 8, though their leader does look very formidable compared to the other ones you have come across in town yesterday. So does the wolf. They look not emaciated like the other ones. They have fortified a little bit around their ship to make it harder to gain access. Rations and various food stores have been brought on board. It looks like their main focus right now is on raiding the town, so if we send in Gameth with his group to antagonize them, I am sure they will follow without issue. And even the local asshole is willing to help antagonize them, which is a rarity. He may be a pain in the ass, but this is his home after all. Well, what would he be without the rest of us?
Just a standard asshole.
So, Gameth is waiting for an answer from you all, as he tended to the local militia last night and got them ready for attempting to take back the town with or without you, so. But, I wish you all the best, and regrettably, I can only send me and 2 riders at the moment.
Well, make sure you stay clear of the fortifications.
And also, make sure that you live through this, because I don't know how the Griffin's going to like us if you aren't around saying it's chill.
You aren't
So
wrong.
So if it starts getting questionable, fucking just go.
Well, based off
The other
of
two can
last,
stay, but you fucking go.
based off of what I learned yesterday, we're gonna be keeping our distance for sure.
Mhm.
Do you have a way to send word to Gameth?
Can give him my sending stone.
Do we
Is
do
it
we know
is?
them?
Yeah, he's the Goliath that tends the
Ah.
bar at the place we
Okay.
stayed. Or you guys
Yes.
stayed.
Mhm.
Yes.
I guess then we would head into town and tell Gameth that we're game and we're
Well, Gameth stayed out here last night, as
Oh.
did everybody else. Nobody was going back to town. They wanted to keep their distance because, as they know, we have enough that should have kept the giants occupied at least for a day or two.
Okay. Anybody who wants to come with me, then I'm gonna go talk to Gameth, I guess.
Right.
As we walk down, I'm just gonna lay out what I think. I think our best bet is if we move into town with Gameth and his men, and then as soon as they're ready to start the distraction, we peel off, and once basically we just wait for their cue. Once they take away those 7 giants, then we move as fast and hard as we can to get to the leader.
Works for me.
Gameth is easy enough to find, being a Goliath and being bald. With his height and being bald, he stands out among all of the dwarves, like the Sears Tower in Chicago. So he sees you all coming and walks up to you and goes, "Well, what's your answer? Because regardless, I'm going into town and I'm going to try and take back my bar at the very least."
Will help.
Well, mine will take care of the 7. You just have to take care of 1. How's that sound?
Y'all have to get on the boat first.
Well, my plan is that we are going to piss them off enough where they come off the boat and you guys get a clear path on. We're going to run them through the town, run them through some traps, run them through some ambushes, and wear them down till we can take them out easy. So that way, at the very least, they'll be on the other side of town. If we do fall, you'll have plenty of time to take their leader.
So is our initial plan then to get as close to the boat as possible without getting spotted before starting all this?
That's, well, for you guys, yes, to be as unseen as possible. For mine, we're going to make a ruckus and draw them out. Piss them off and keep them away from you.
Can you be more specific about that so that we know what when we should be ready?
Once you see number 7 leave, you should be clear to go in. We're going to take a couple of the back paths through the mines, get down to the docks, and then start driving them up the cliffside. We'll leave you guys off to one of the alcoves there so you can count them as they run up. They're pretty damn well hidden. They got some heavy doors on them. They're pretty well camouflaged. Unless you know these mines, you're not going to be able to find them.
Yeah, which is why I think we defer to you here. You know the land better than we do. So if that's a good spot to watch and launch our small assault from, then lead us the way.
And I mean, they drove right through the dock, so they're butt up against it, so you should have a good view of the show of me and mine driving them up the ramps and out into the town, and, well, you should be good to go after that.
All right. I turn to the group. Do you guys have any other preparations you need to make before? I mean, I don't.
Is there any way to drop anything onto the ship itself right from the edge of the cliffs?
How
Or is it
how big?
too far away? Not enough boulders to do damage to the ship.
Or maybe one that starts things on fire.
How flammable is the boat?
So let me.
Like, is there something that the Raven could carry?
Yeah, I grab something, or I grab my hand axes and I hold them upside down in my hands. Like, is this something? I feel like this is closer to something.
That actually might be something.
Just keep working on it.
Me a quick second, and I'll give you guys a rough approximation of what you're looking at.
If you can catch a blade with the head of the hand axe, like as someone comes in, you may actually be able to use that to help disarm them.
So I just dropped a rough approximation of what you guys are looking at here.
Okay.
It's just one that I pulled up real quick.
Yeah.
So essentially, this is the town you guys have been working through. So there's the switchbacks, and there is the dock that the ship has crashed into.
Okay.
That one there.
Yeah.
So it's about 3/4 of the way down that dock, and it's kind of cockeyed, kind of along this line here. And so they're essentially gonna goad the giants off the ship, and there's a little alcove right in this area here that you guys are gonna be hiding in. And so they're gonna come down, essentially goad them up the switchbacks into the town, and then you guys are clear to run down what remains of that dock and get on the ship.
Yeah.
Just wondering if there isn't a way that we could build something to start chucking boulders from this area right here.
Oh, I mean, the town's mostly cleared out. You'd have to find some boulders and find some rubble, and
Do we think
I mean,
all of the giants?
it's possible.
Do we think the giants will be in the ship?
Well,
Well, we know they're on the ship now.
they're gonna go back to a fortified position at night where they can safely defend themselves should they be attacked. So, if we launch here in the next hour or so, they should be all relatively there or on those switchbacks.
Or if they've got enough provisions so that they could stay hunkered down until they need to come out again, we might have an opportunity to start wailing on them at that point.
I mean, even if we were to damage the ship with boulders from up above, we're still gonna have to fight the leader. I don't think. Obviously, these giants aren't as stupid as they may seem in literature, but he's gonna get off of his ship and stand on the dock, and then we fight him there. So we fight him there on the ship, we fight him on the dock. I mean, it's not like the ship's gonna be full of, crazy contraptions that are gonna potentially hurt him and his crew just to keep people off the ship.
Well, I was thinking about actually trying to draw them into a more open area where we aren't fighting in such a confined space, either on the dock or the ship.
Well, I mean, theoretically speaking, we're only fighting one guy and his big-ass dog.
Like I said, we'll take care of the other 7. You just got to take care of the one. Whether it's on the dock or on the ship, it doesn't matter. He's just got to go down.
All right.
All right, I think we're ready when you and your men are.
Well, we've been gunning to get back our town since they came in yesterday. It's a little shitty that we weren't prepared for this, but it's not often you see a giant great ship coming into town, so...
You're ready to get back into town, we're ready to get the hell out.
I can't blame you.
These giants stand in the way of both of those things, so... Show us how to get down to that alcove and we'll wait for you to draw them out.
All right, sounds like a plan. With that, he motions for his group to start moving out, and everybody starts moving towards the town. And that's where we'll call it for an evening at about 4 hours.
6
Okay.
separate Lincoln logs.